Oh my gosh. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Okay, I think they took me off the notifications, but I found out. I'm like, Spirit, why do you wait so long to tell me certain things? And I wish I would have knew this sooner, but I find out today that the Aries man who's trafficking people connected to Washington, Cali, and other states, he's a pastor as well. And I remember in the past, like sometime last year, I was getting messages, a lot of messages connected to Kendrick, right? I'm talking about back to back to back. And Spirit showed me this man was talking to him often, and it was like he was trying to counsel Kendrick. And it was an Aries man that couldn't be trusted, right? And he was a part of sacrificing children and shit and adults and just people, and that he was working with Whitney and Pisces woman and all these people to help set us up, right? Help set him up, all type of stuff. He didn't really fuck with Kendrick. And I was like, why is this man? He was coming out as like a counselor though, like a counselor, but he was in fact a pastor, and he would counsel Kendrick and have these conversations with him sometime last year. And this is when the dun 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 was coming out and all that. The beef with him and Drake was getting cracking. You're like, yeah, it was around that time. And I was telling him, don't trust this Aries men. They've been setting me up working with each other and all these other people. I was telling about the Scorpio. I didn't know his name was Thomas Suit at the time, but I was telling there was Scorpio man involved connected to Beyonce. I was saying connected to the Knowles. And I was letting him know that it was this Aries man, and he'd be talking to you and counseling you and stuff. But whole time, and this was also around when he was doing his the it wasn't Black History Month. It was for when people be celebrating Black people though. You're like, yeah, it wasn't Black History Month. It was Juneteenth. It was his Juneteenth event last year, and he was doing the dun dun dun. You're like, yeah, okay, around that time. It was that time. And I was telling him, don't trust this Aries man. I said he be trying to counsel you or talk to you, give you wisdom and counsel. I said, but he's doing a part of this. He's a trafficker. And I find out he is a pastor. And no, Spirit said you are Aries. And that's what's even more sad. With the Aries, Taurus. And that I was on target. You've been on the run. The pastor. You're easy to catch at church. Line your stank ass off. With the Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Pisces. Spirit said, you know he right at the church. He gonna be at church tomorrow. He got his own. Don't feel bad. You got your own church. You're the pastor. With the Libra, Scorpio. I just thought you were a counselor in the past. Somebody know I ain't bullshit. With the Libra, Pisces. I just thought you were the counselor. Right. Connected to Clarissa. Okay, it's not funny no more. Right. With the Leo. That's not funny. Connected to Cortez. That's not funny. There we go, Winsky. There we got him. So it's all connected. Connected to Patrick. Okay. You let your guard down because you're a pastor at the church. You're going to be preaching tomorrow. Still on the run. Still playing it safe. Okay. That's your confirmation. So I knew people go to this church. It's a celebrity church. We could find him possibly. Ace of Swords. We could possibly find this man together right here, right now. Ace of Swords. You could find my name. Spirit showed me he a celebrity pastor. A celebrity. I should have put that down. You should have put celebrity pastor. Edit the title. Yeah, Spirit. Let's do that. Celebrity pastor. It's even worse when it comes off like that. That make it sound worse. You're like, yeah. Okay, wait. I gotta change all of them. Celebrity pastor. Celebrities. Just chatting. Right? Okay, wait. Just chatting. Okay, I should have changed that earlier. So let's see if we can find him. He's supposed to be an Aries. He's a man of color, if I'm not mistaken. Black celebrity pastors. But Spirit showed me he's a celebrity pastor. Kendrick go to his church. Nah, California. Martin Luther King. Howard Thurman. Okay, wait, no. I'm trying to be serious, Spirit. In 2025, Black celebrity, he's an Aries. Okay, TD Jakes. Are you an Aries, TD? Okay. No, I'm a Cancer, little bitch, or I'm a Gemini, little bitch. Okay, so it's not you, TD. Pastor Michael Todd. He. Wait, we gotta say California. You guys want to see it? We're gonna go look together. You're like, we can look together. You're funny. You're funny. So we're gonna look together. I'm gonna find him. He's the Aries. He's a pastor. I feel like he's a man of color. Right? So it's not TD Jakes. You're like, no. Yeah, y'all up in my shit. Okay, wait. This pastor, California. Let's see if that helps. Don't find me. No. Several notable Black pastors in California have a celebrity status, drawing large followings from both congregants and the wider public. These figures are known for leading mega churches, appearing on television, or having a prominent public profile. All right, Bishop Noel Jones. Isn't he white? Bishop Noel. Oh, no. He. No, he's Black. Okay. He's an Aquarian. It's not me. Okay, Bishop. He's an Aquarian. All right. Pastor Wayne Chaney. All right. Is he senior or junior? It's the junior. Okay. When your birthday, Pastor Wayne? All right. If I could find you, I'm going to find you. I'm a Pisces. Okay, it's not you, Pastor Wayne. I know, bitch. Nah, the religion. Okay, wait. Pastor Clarence, Bishop Clarence McClendon. Okay. Bishop Clarence McClendon. Yeah, when's his birthday? June 7th. It's not me. I'm Gemini. Okay, you're Gemini. Pastor Albert Tate. Okay. We're trying to find our traffickers, okay? You're like, understood. They're out there preaching the word, preaching the gospel. Ace of Swords. Could be dealing with the Capricorn. Yes, they are Emperor. Could be dealing with the Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Gemini. And they are Emperor. Okay? Pastor Albert Tate, I'm a Virgo. Okay? You're not him. You're not the Aries. Pastor Shep Crawford. Okay. Pastor Shep Crawford. Okay. Are you? I'm a Saggy. Okay. This is, see, it's not as easy. Kendrick is hidden. So he's going to go to a hooder church. It's going to be, celebrity hood church. J. Edgar Boyd. Pastor J. Edgar, when's your birthday? Pastor J. Edgar Boyd. You're a Saggy. I'm a Saggy. Okay. Reverend Robert R. Shaw. Reverend Robert R. Shaw. Reverend Robert, when's your birthday? Reverend. The second. Okay. Why can't I find your birthday, Pastor Robert? What the fuck? When your birthday? You got a lot of missing information, Pastor Robert. And yes, you do, Reverend. Oh, yes, you do. All right. For being a part of the Fame Church, the first AME. All right. Wait. Can we get more information? When's Robert's birthday? Pastor Robert? He has no credits online. Okay. What? I'm gonna just Google what church does Kendrick go to. We're done. All right. What's Pastor Robert's zodiac sign? Okay, he's coming out as Aries. I'm getting concerned, Kendrick. No, the Reverend. He the only pastor with no information on him. I'm gonna show you. Everybody else got information. I could find everybody else's information online. Why can't I find this nigga? He's not credible enough for me, Kendrick. You're like, no. This is your pastor. He need more credibility. He got a lot of missing information. Now, everybody else who I've typed in, I can get receipts on. You're like, understood. That's the problem for me. When I typed in Edgar, everybody showed me their birth. They showed me their credits. I don't care who they were. I don't give a fuck if they were from 1947. This bitch nigga got credibility. Oh. Okay, somebody here is really who they say they are. That's me. I said Pastor Shep Crawford. That's me. So this is my problem. I said Pastor Albert Tate. I'm here. I got receipt. I got information. You can find more out about me. You can easily find my family. Yeah, he's too secretive for me, Kendrick. You're like, yeah, the pastor, the Reverend. Let's go back. Robert R. Shaw. Okay. Pastor Rob. Okay. So he came out as an Aries. You like his zodiac sign? Yeah. Yeah, Winesky. Ace of Swords. Truth of Virgo. Saggy. Right? We're not laughing. This is not funny. So I feel like he's our guy. But I feel like he is too. Is this our guy spirit? Somebody's mad. He. Good to Saggy. Don't be mad. So is this our guy? Is this pastor connected to the Aries man? Is this his church? Give me more clarity. All right. So I feel like we found them. But what you need to know is that some okay. Good Taurus. Is this the guy? Okay, wait. Is this our guy spirit? Yeah, that's our guy. You got him. Spirit is cracking up. It's not funny, ancestors. Okay, so they think it's funny. And yeah, that's our guy. And now things are about to change. Could the Saggy, Scorpio, Gemini. Wait. Could the Taurus, Aquarius, Aries. Wait, no, pastor. You're caught tomorrow. Nigga, Sunday. Ace of Swords. So that is him. Is Pastor Roberts. That's the only one with missing information. That's the only one who's hiding from us. That's the only one. You right, spirit. Could the Saggy. So he lets his guard down at church tomorrow. He been trafficking Missy Elliott, abusing my community, trafficking people in my city, taking trips to my city on the low, working with my fake grandparents, pastor this, pastor that, nigga first ladies this. All these people come in my dreams because they connect to the pastor. The Aries man is in fact a trafficker, but also a pastor for celebrity people that he's trafficking. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Working with government and all type of shit out here in Cali, all over. And I'm trying to just figure it out. But I thought he was a counselor. Spirit showed me, nah, girl, he a pastor. Kendrick was talking to the preacher. I said, what the fuck, Kenny? He's a part of it. Ace of Swords. It's your pastor, bro. Who the Taurus? Scorpio. They all are. I said, how the fuck is your pastor's trafficking you guys? Trafficking the family. How? We dealing with the Scorpio. First lady a part of it. All type of shit. Like, how the hell you a part of it, first lady? We getting paid. Shut up. We getting paid. I said, there's got to be some black on black crime. Somebody here know it. You would have to look like me to be doing this on this type of scale, on this type of level. And so you find out they do. And so they get all this money from organizations like religion. But I told you, I said, this is when religion changed for me. Like, for real, this was the day. It started when I had fucked with this nigga who I thought he was really solid in his religion, because he was at church more than I was at the time when I met him. He was more active and involved in the church or in his communities and shit. He had more of a I would say more of a closer knowledge of God. Like he had more of a closer connection when it came down to gaining knowledge about it. And because he had more teachers, he was older than me by like what 12 years when I met him. So I was only like 21. He was in his 30s already. And so I thought he was a good guy. I thought he was somebody who was going to be able to help teach me or guide me or lead me. And he did not, and he couldn't. But what I found out was he was not who I thought he was. He would go through these moments and get angry and start spazzing out, and like he would put all his anger on me and all his pain, and I would take that shit, right? Cause I thought we was supposed to be doing the godly thing, you feel me? Like that was the godly thing to do, is like just support you when you go through it, not be angry with you feel me? Like just be a shoulder for you to cry on, an ear for you to talk to, all that shit. And so I was just trying to comfort him at those times, but he was hurting the fuck out of me, cheating on me and everything, all because I was comforting him in his pain, in his anger. And so when he got found out for everything he did, I just realized, like, man, it don't matter if they believe in God or not. That was my turning point where it came down to, like, I don't care if this nigga's religious or not, because at this point it comes down to, like, what's their morals, what's their, you know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, like what's their qualities about them that make them who they are? What did they learn from their parents or been through for them to be who they are? Like, I want to know how to attract people that had higher standards and have more respect and discipline for themselves and others. And so after that, I didn't care if you were religious, but then I really got to a point where I stopped caring too. Like if you were somebody who wasn't religious for real, but you still try to believe in God. Like let's just say maybe you didn't go to church all the time, but you were still trying. Even those type of people, I feel bad for, because there was a girl, they were going through that shit. There was girls going through that shit. For example, that nigga that I just told you about, he was fucking with one of the girls who went through it. He I don't know, he could still be today, but he got married to that girl after she got justice for going through years, all her fucking life. Her daddy was a pastor, my nigga, and she went through years of abuse from her dad. But her dad was also her pedophile. Her dad was also her rapist. Her dad, but he was also, yeah, he was her lover and her father. You feel me? You're a lot understood. Absolutely. And so she had been in a situation where she couldn't talk about it. She couldn't leave the house for real when she was living with him and he was alive. She had to live a disciplined life where she couldn't leave for real. She was very isolated. Her siblings, they was getting touched on, and they couldn't learn in school or go to homeschool or nothing. They had to just get homeschooled by their I'm just being honest, their pedophile father in the family who's abusing them. So it's like, I'm only gonna teach you as much as I want you to learn type of energy, because I'm not trying to have you be too smart, because then you'll be smarter than me. You'll end up telling on me or figuring me out, or turn the tables on you, like, yeah, outsmarting me. So I got to still keep you dumb and only give you as much knowledge as I want you to have. So they were keeping these women and these little girls and the mom and all of them, they was keeping them dumb as hell. The brothers, all of them was dumb as hell, and they was just being abused. I'm gonna be honest. And this man a pastor, and he not talking about this shit. He died, and they finally talk about what they went through with people, because they couldn't talk to people when he was alive. He was on their ass. Make sure you never left the house for real. All that shit. You like, yeah, he was on their ass. So when he finally dies, I remember I think I was either getting out of high school, or I was still, no, you were out of high school. Okay. I was out of high school. I was probably like 22, 23. It was right after me and that nigga broke up. It was like when I was turning 22 or 3. Yeah. And he dies. The dad dies. And this nigga, he seeks her out, bro. This dude did her so dirty. My ex, you're like, yeah, he went after this girl. He's supposed to be religious and shit. You like, yeah, he went after this girl, and nigga, he spent all her millions of dollars, nigga. He fucked up her family, nigga. He did all type of shit. You're like, yeah, this nigga's crazy, bro. Cold piece. But yeah, he set her up because he knew they were talking about how these girls about to get paid millions of dollars. It's like if I'm about to get paid, people be talking about that shit. You don't even know because niggas be a part of the abuser. Niggas be a part of the rise, the fall. You don't even know because the query. So people were talking about that shit to this nigga, to my ex, and so he sought that girl out because people were talking about she about to become a millionaire because her daddy was a pastor and he was getting caught up for fucking on her, but he was already dead. That's what was crazy. He just died. So now they're talking about their life, I guess. People are starting to hear more about their story, what they went through, because they have more freedom, because daddy did. But what people are hearing, you know what I'm saying? It's like to the outside person looking in, it's like, what did you just say? What are you going through? You say he did what? You're like, right. If there's somebody here who didn't know that was wrong, like I just thought we were doing what daddy told us to do. Somebody didn't think that was wrong. I'm doing what mommy told us to do. I didn't think that this was pedophilia. I didn't think that this was illegal. I'm just doing what I was told. The average person who know the law, you know what I'm saying, who's smart enough to have gained that information and knowledge growing up, like you can't touch on people if you're above this age, you can't do this, like somebody who know better gonna take that and be like, nigga, you gotta file charges. So they did, because somebody knew that these women and these girls at this point was being abused. Even though this man was dead, somebody could tell that they didn't have a lot of dialect, language, communication skills. They barely talk to people. Somebody here, people noticed what was going on with these girls, that these girls didn't have a lot of, you know what I'm saying, knowledge on things as well. That was very significant. And people felt like they didn't have any schooling. They weren't scholars. And people looked at it like they were, like they were needing more support. And it didn't matter if they were already 25. They got an IQ or a mind of a 13-year-old. You like it like that. And so I was like, this shit crazy, because I was noticing it too. You're like, and it was crazy to me. And so I'm like, okay. So it's like, you Aries, spirit show me you still alive, Aries. And no, yes, you is Aries. You had to be this person. If you not, then Kendrick know who you is. We're done. Like, we are so done, Aries. And wait till I find the many, many, many more. We're done. They're pastors. And I'm like, that's easy for celebrity churches. That's easy. With the Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini. So things are going to change because we got church tomorrow. With the Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn. Oh, wait. There's women who go to this church. That's a part of it too. That's Ace of Swords. Spirit said, you know what's significant is a lot of these women that's been trafficking right there with these motherfuckers go to the church. So that's a spirit. These women like the Aquarius and the Cali theory, they go to the Aries man's church. Don't feel bad. Scorpio, hey, Libra, do not feel bad. Yeah, I hate when you do that. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I'm on to something. I know it's possible. Like I said, I never looked at religious people the same. When I fucked with that nigga, and like I said, when I heard that story about them girls, I couldn't believe they went through that. I said, that's a whole pastor going up every day, preaching the way. He was close to my family, right? I said, this type of friend you have, all I could think. This is the type of people we're connected to, you're friends with, because Scorpio, who else besides you? It make you wonder. Libra, it make you go crazy in your head, like, who else you rock with that's like this? I knew the Aries was close to my fake grandpa and my fake family, connected to the dreams with the Aries. But they already had friends that were already in this shit. They already had, right. So I don't care. Nothing surprises me. That's how you know you're dealing with, right, the Empress. Nothing surprises the Empress. Nothing surprises real Emperor. So I don't be surprised. I said, man, that man was my granddaddy best friend, nigga, who was touching on his daughters. You gonna tell me this whole time you didn't know this motherfucker was abusive? All these years you was around this motherfucker, you ain't hear no shit, you ain't see no shit. Spirit didn't give you nothing to get this motherfucker caught the fuck up. Or did you just not care? You have to make me, right, you have to make me stop wondering, because I'm wondering too much, and where my mind goes is like, it make me start thinking you either a part of it, right? You're like, right, a part of the lie, the secret, okay? You're like, yeah, that's how I start to, I don't care at that point. You had a friend that already died after the fact. When he died, we find out after the fact because of the result that we get from seeing these girls leave their fucking house because they have to, because they don't have the same support because daddy's dead. We see these girls living a normal life that they're not used to living. They do not know how to function in the world around them because they've been isolated and kept to be a slave to their home, to their father. They can't even tell if a man is genuine or not. They can't tell if they're being abused or not because what they were raised by, who they were raised by. And so when I'm like, no, these were my grandparents. My grandparents is friends. You were friends with a man like this? Well, the Aries is their friend too. That's why it's been going on so long too. I say, why would you allow them to have friends like this, Spirit? If you say you're good people, granddad, grandma, why would Spirit allow you to have, why would your God, your Jesus, allow you to have a friend like this for this long that they haven't revealed to you to get you, to help catch them up? I don't understand. Why would they not tell you about this bitch your nigga's sins if they didn't want you to help us get them out of here? Help us get them to stop doing it. I'm confused. And Spirit show me all the time, these people ignore the ancestors. Like I said, they be a part of this shit. Spirit show me all the time, like, that's why you be getting ignored, because they ignore the messages, and then they be wondering how they get caught in the crossfire because you wasn't listening. When somebody here was warning you, when you was getting the dream, when you was getting the vision, when you was getting the signs, the synchronicities, you said, no, that's the devil. No, that's devil. That's demons. That's demons talking to me. The Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo. And so I'm not surprised when people show their true colors, because I understand that God is a man. I understand that people are doing things on their own accord and controlling how you see things, what you think, how you, I'm telling you, live, eat, sleep, breathe, shit. It's men doing it, right? And if there's women doing it, then it's women doing it. But right now we're focused on a man who's been doing it, an Aries man, a pastor. It's people with the ability to control your minds, with the Leo. Make you forever, ever wait on a God who never came to see granny, grandpa, great-grand. I say it all the time. If you can't show me a generational photo where one of your fucking ancestors met God or Jesus, where one of them got to meet the man, then they were never, none of them ever, right? No, were ever a part of any of the history behind the Bible. Nobody got receipts of them being around one of the bitches and niggas from the Bible. Nobody got receipts of being around one of the bitches and niggas ancestors from the Bible. No, then I don't care. Spirit turns their back on you. We don't care. They tell on you. I don't know how I'm getting more information than somebody who's supposed to be preaching the gospel. Because with the Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces. How is Spirit telling me more about this bitch or nigga's business over you? How are they giving it straight to me and not you? Because with the Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius. How are they letting me know more than you? And you're supposed to be pastor. You have to literally rob the people. Make them feel bad for not giving you tithes and offering. It's crazy to me when, like I said, you haven't shown us a picture of any of our relatives next to any of the Bible relatives. I want to understand where the connection's going to connect, right? And then you guys have these people who preach and live these faulty lives, get caught the fuck up for doing some fuck shit. And then when they get caught up, you're like, no, that was just him. No, okay, well, let's check who him's friends were. Like I said, there's definitely a list, Emperor. Who was him's friends? Who was kicking it with Hims and never got the message from the ancestors, from the God, from the Jesus, that Hims was a pedophile? Who was around Hims and never got the message that Hims was a trafficker, that Hims was a thief, Emperor? Who was around Hims, Emperor? Let's go to his friends. Let's go to his, right, Kelly Blue Book. Let's see his record, Emperor. I want to know who was around this man for this long with this man being this type of way, Emperor. Who didn't see this man? Right? That's what we want to know. The world. Okay. So that's what we find out. There's a problem. There's such a disconnect because it's like, how do you have any connection with a higher power if they're not even giving you information? Who's talking to you? I don't. Quit playing with me. You're gonna really fall every time. Cause the Leo. You're gonna really fall every time. And I said, wow, how do you guys not have a connection? But you're preaching about building connections, or everybody be like, you have to have a connection with God, a relationship with God. Is God, are you hearing names straight? Like, are you getting it like me, my nigga? You don't have a relationship then. You don't, okay, I get it. You don't have a fucking connection. The fuck, a relationship? You're not getting talked to in your sleep. So I be thinking like, man, these people be playing with people, getting money, robbing these people. You like, they don't have a connection. And then they get mad because I was trying to figure out what spirit meant by that. Spirit kept saying they're mad because you have a connection. You have a connection. And when spirit showed me, it wasn't about me having a connection with a God. It was about me having a connection with people. That it's almost like spirit see the people as individual gods. Like, okay, Tiora, because you have a connection with this woman and this man that's so powerful, right? From so far away. It's like having a connection with God. You know, that's what people always seek, is to have connections with a higher power or with other people from near and far. People wish that they can connect with people, see people before they get to meet people. People wish that they could, get to know more about people before they get to ever experience them in the physical or meet people. Like, people wish that they were that connected. And people wish they can just get information straight from their sleep in their Akashic records. It's like, what? Straight to them about who's setting you up, who's a part of your destiny, what's for you, what's not, places where you should go visit, places where you shouldn't go and ever visit, place, you know what I'm saying? Like, how spirit just so effortlessly talks to you. And it's like, that can't be a demon. And somebody, no, it ain't. Nigga, that's a gift. And I want to have they get mad. Spirit was like, they're mad about your connections. They wish they could have somebody just talking to them in their ear like that. That's a spirit. That's an ancestor. They wish they knew names. They wish they heard it. They wish they was gifted. So then they try to flip your future, flip your prophecies, your messages. Religious people, though, they got to work hard. They take trips. They do all type of shit. They brainwash people. And they flip prophecies. They flip the future. And then they'll have you waiting on something that's never going to come. Waiting on someone that's never going to come. But they're mad because why they do this is because they're mad because you don't have to have people waiting for long. So you could tell the future, a prophecy, and it comes. They have to stop things from coming, stop things from happening because they don't like that they don't have those results. We haven't been able to prove that something can just come when we call on it. Could we do it? Jesus, God. Okay, I get it. You haven't been able to prove it to me. That something can just come when you call on it. See, I've proven to you that ancestor just come when I call on him. See, I'm proving names just come when I'm calling on it. Come on now, I get it. Cool, the Capricorn. It's that easy. Leo, Aries. And so they get mad at me. The Aries, the pastor. Because I ain't bullshit. They are. Quit playing with me. So they've been blocking. There's things that I've said that were going to happen that they've blocked or pushed back from happening because they don't want that to be reality. They want religion to be reality, but you have to make it real. All right. Somebody got to create the Jesus walking on water. You have to be able to show people that nothing's new under the sun. And that once it happened before it happened again, you have to prove your theories, your logic, your lies. With Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, and you're not. And you can't be a part of the abuse. You can't be a part of the negative stories in the Bible that talk about, right, trafficking, and that talk about the sale trade, and that talk about, right, using and seeing people as animals and profiting. So I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so clear to me now. They're just mad because I'm connected. There's somebody, it's not one, as you would say, consciousness or deity or voice that speaks to me. You understand? You're like, yeah, that's very significant to know. So that's how I know there's no such thing as a God, because a lot of people have had the power to talk to me in my sleep. and get me a message, even in my awakening. And so I'm like, man, you could do it what they say that God could do. You could do what they say that a little bitch or a little nigga could do from the Bible. Like, you powerful. And I take credit for that, because it's like, if I'm able to get that message, that means I'm powerful too, and I'm connected. But I had to build that connection. And people get mad at me for it because it gets them caught up. They wish that they were getting talked to like that. You're like, yeah, man, they wish Spirit was talking to them. They do. They're mad because Spirit don't trust them. Spirit don't like them. It's the truth. They know I'm protected. That's why the Spirit tell me so much. You can't get mad about that. You shouldn't have been a hypocrite. You shouldn't have been a liar. There's people like you that we hear about all the time in the Bible. You ain't no different. So we seen these type of niggas. You're like, right, nigga, Saul to Paul, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. All to all, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. We seen these niggas. You were niggas from the Bible we've heard of growing up, but at the end of the day, you ain't finna be the one trying to teach us, and you a part of the problem. You ain't finna be the one trying to tell people what to do, and you brainwashing these people, and you able to turn the tables on me through your occult. Then you got the government working with you, the school system's a part of it. You got children working with. I'm like, wow, you guys are going too far. You got film directors working with you. It's amazing to me. You're going too far. So that's the ARIES. He's connected to a church organization, trafficking all these people in my state. You're like, yeah, that's right. I got more. There's more on the list that he's trafficking. But some of these people I went to school with. Some of them I did not. And I just grew up with them in the same community. But that's how I know something's territory, like something's branched off into different territories or communities. All right, the churches and these segregations get this community. See, I know what you're doing. I get it, religion. Okay, nah, religion. Nah. You had a lot of time to fess up. You been lying, playing with me. And you got to preach tomorrow at a mega church. Nah, religion. Quit playing with me. That's why I get angry. I don't like that. The pastor. Right? Okay. And so his church is our confirmation. And it's not just connected to Cali, it's connected to Washington State. And I need people from Washington that I was dreaming of. Certain people need to know why I was dreaming of them. This man been trafficking a lot of people from my state. You're like, yeah, yes. And he works with the families who you think are religious. That's what will fuck your head up. It's the ones that you think are religious. You're like, yeah, yes. The ones you think are religious families, okay? Or they even can be hood, but they got religious background somewhere. They would have to have a grandpa, grandma, mom and daddy who was heavy in religion. Somebody here was heavy in religion. Somebody got him stuck. The family. This ARIES man was connected to Kobe's demise. And Gianna's. You're like, yeah? Yes, connected to a school, working with a guy named Aaron Walsh. And it's been covered up massively, but they got nonprofit homes that they be having that they get approved for, and they take trips to abuse us, but they'll act like it's working with churches and stuff. The churches are with significance. See, the first time I dreamed of church, I told you guys about it. because I feel like it was the most significant dream because the military was in there, the government. And it would have been, the location would have been in Tacoma, Washington, at this church, the last church I went to with this girl who I was really close friends with named Tion. She introduced me to this church. It's the Winston's church. Yes, gratitude spirit. Pastor Winston's church. And he was close to my family. He is. He's close to my family and connected to Tacoma. He never did me wrong. You're like, no, he ain't never did me wrong. Like, he ain't did me wrong. And when I talked to him about things that I felt like were wrong going on in the church, he listened. So he's not a bad guy. I don't talk bad about him because he's not a bad guy to me. I never had bad dreams about Pastor Winston either. But I had a dream we were at his church building. And it was the only time it was the first time, not the only time, it was the very first time I dreamed of us being inside of a church. Set like a building I knew was a setting of a church. And we were in there, but it wasn't church going on. It was a meeting hall. And we were just talking, and there was babies in there. There was a daycare downstairs. He got the daycare downstairs today, which is crazy. And there was a daycare downstairs, and there was military people lined up. How the dream started was, I'm inside of the sanctuary, and there's already military people lined up, like army forces. It did like the army. It was government, and they were lined up in front where the pastor preaches, where Pastor Winston be preaching, and they had their guns laid on the side, like in front of their waist. It was like just laid flat in front of their waist on the side, like the gun was tilted. You're like, yeah. And they were telling us that we couldn't leave the building. That was significant. But there was no church going on. It was just like a meeting hall. And there was a daycare downstairs. And I remember my homegirl Erica was in that dream. My homegirl at the time, she was my friend. Her name was Kiera. She was in that dream. And then this other girl that was close to Erica. And then other people that look like older people, and like people I really couldn't make a name for. And I didn't see Pastor Winston. And so they're telling us we can't leave, and they're telling us that we have to. It was hot, and they're telling us like we have to be checked and talked to and all this stuff. Like, they were trying to run us, and they were stating that something was going to be changing. Things were going to change, and so I went downstairs. I got nervous when I saw them with guns and stuff. I just got too hot. I went downstairs to where the actual daycare was. And when I was downstairs, I was just thinking. I could feel my head just sweating. And I'm just putting my hand on my head, just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And Erica comes downstairs and she asked me, she said, Tiori, what's a handler? That's what she asked me, what a handler was. And I remember telling her, because I had knowledge on what handlers were. And I said, a handler, I said, it's somebody that's meant to control your life, your moves, the way you think, your actions, what you do. I said, they're meant to control you so you can do what they want you to do, and you can live the life they want you to have. I said, they just handle you. They handle your finances. They handle your actions, your affairs, things like that. I said, she was like, oh, okay. And I said, why? She said, because they were talking about it. And I'm like, now they talking about handlers and shit, nigga, the introduction of handling and shit. The churches, you're like, I swear to God. But it wasn't church. And so then but it was a meeting hall. That's what's significant. But he wasn't preaching or nothing. They were, when I started my dream, they were lined up mad talking about how we can't leave until we get checked, like COVID. You know, you're like, yeah, like how things were, the rules were and the regulations when that was going on. But it was more strict. People were in there like, you can't leave. So whatever that was the first time I dreamed of me being inside of a church. And then like I started having more dreams inside of places that I know were churches, but it wasn't church going on. The first time I dreamed of church actually going on was with my grandma and my grandpa and my daughter. And my grandpa, who they said my grandpa, I know he know you, Aries. No, shut up, Aries. Who the man that they said my grandpa, he was preaching before the church scene came in, because at first it was another scene to the dream. It was a scene of me getting into a car accident. I was driving with I had a coach at the time. I don't know if they were my football coach or my basketball coach, but I had a coach. I was playing a sport. And so I had a coach at the time. And I also had my doctor. They were riding with me. We were like traveling. We were going to Greece. And they were riding with me. It was my doctor, my personal doctor, my coach. And there was a couple of people in there. They're like, yeah, and we was going to Greece, and then we got into a car. I just remember we were in like this van type of car, and we was driving, and I remember we got into a car accident. We got hit off the side of the road by this man. It spirit showed me it was a Leo man, like a hitman, and we got hit off the side of the road. And I just remember the car flipped. The van, it flipped, boom, boom, boom. I remember we were flipping in it, and Spirit showed me I didn't die. Spirit showed me I went to a hospital, and that my family would have thought that I was okay, and the coach and everybody thought that I made it out. But what they didn't know was that I got body snatched in that hospital, that I died in the hospital, and that they removed my conscious. You're like, yeah, They conscious transferred me, and they put like an alien or something inside of me, and they made my coach. He was a Cancer. No, no, my coach was a female. She was a Virgo. And then the Kesher was my doctor. And they made my doctor and my coach and then think that I was okay, like to keep going. But I wasn't even in my body. I was already dead. And so then the dream transition, after that car accident, the dream transition to me selling shit. And I was working inside of a beauty store. Like it was like a salon almost, but I didn't do hair for real. I did aesthetics. And so I was doing things like aesthetics, waxing, lashes, different things like that, facials. You're like, yeah, things that I already can do. And so I was doing things like that. And the woman who they said my grandma, she walked in. So I feel like I just changed bodies. I was in a new body. And this woman was who they said my grandma. She walked in, but she wasn't my grandma in this dream. She was a woman who was visiting my store or my shop. You know, you're like, yeah. And she wanted to buy it. And that was a little significant because the way it was made, it was so beautiful. It was made out of like glass. And I wasn't trying to stay in there no longer because I had to work with my uncle. I had a Capricorn uncle. His name's Uncle Joe. And he was my Capricorn uncle. And he was doing things connected to New York and Washington. And so I was planning on working with him anyway because he was making products. And I was trying to learn how to make products for hair. He knew how to make hair products. And I was already interested in making the skincare products and stuff, but I was trying to learn how to do hair products too, because there was money in hair products. It was alchemy. You know how like they talk about how what's her name got rich off doing the hair products? What's her name? Madam C.J. Walker. You like, yeah, how she became the first African American, wealthiest African American woman. You're like, yeah, from the hair products. So that was real. The hair products was making people go up. I ain't gonna hold you. And they had got into it already. My Uncle Joe and his girl at the time. It's crazy because in the past, like in my dreams, the girl he was in a relationship with was a girl I went to school with. and she's still cool as hell. I love her today. She's still cool as hell. She gifted. She could do hair and everything. She cold. You like, yeah, Uncle Joe and her were perfect in the past life. And so her and Uncle Joe, they was fucking around, but they were already starting up with the products and with their salon and stuff. So I was trying to sell my salon, like my aesthetic salon, and start getting into hair products, because that was in the money market more so. So she was trying to buy out the shop, and she was just like a person coming in, just asking me questions. And I was like, oh yeah, I was like, well, I'm not gonna be in town. That's what I told her. I said, I'm not gonna be in town this weekend. I told her, I was like, you have to wait till I get back and we could talk more about it. And I remember she came in with two men. I didn't know who these men were. Like today, I could not tell you who these men were, but she was connected to these two men. What was their sun signs? And they were her investors or something. Like they worked with her. They were gonna help her start up her shop. She just needed a building, and so she wanted to buy mine. I wasn't tripping because I was trying to sell it. You're like, yeah, I was trying to get rid of it. So I wasn't mad about that. But when I saw that my dream transitioned to her and me being at a church, that filled my head up. What was those two men zodiac signs that she was connected to that came in there with her at the shop? What was their zodiac sign? They came in with my grandma. What was their zodiac sign at the shop in that dream? Those two men. It was two of them. One of them was a Taurus. What was the other? They were men of color. You're like, yeah, One was a Taurus. What was the other one's zodiac sign? Two men of color. They were in business attire. What was the other one's zodiac sign? A Virgo. Okay, so there was men that was gonna invest in her, help her some shit, and so that was significant. And then the dream, she ended up leaving the shop. In the dream, she left. I saw her leave, so I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, the dream transition, and I'm getting preached at a church by who they said my grandpa, and he's preaching at his church today that I know is his church in Tacoma, and he preaching at his church. And I have truly my daughter. There so many dreams where I would have my daughter just randomly next to me, and it was almost like I had to remember getting her. Like, how did I get her again? Or like, I always had to remember how she just appeared. It was almost like in the dream, she would just appear. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, like as if I was dreaming. And it was like, how did she just here? She wasn't just here. She was just somewhere else. Or she was just, how did she get here? How did we get here? So it was like that. And I was just like, how the hell is truly here? How did I get here? How are we here? What's going on? And why is this man just talking? And so he was talking in the sanctuary, and I wasn't in the sanctuary. I was outside the sanctuary, sitting on the floor, but I could hear him preaching, and so and I could see him. His doors were open, and so I remember getting up with Truly, like, come on, and I remember trying to leave. And when I go outside, I didn't even go inside. You're like, no, hell no. I was trying to figure out how I got there, how Truly got here, and Truly wasn't just here. In my mind, so something was like weird. And this is the first dream I ever had of a church service going on, and he was doing church service. I knew it was service because he was preaching, and so and there was people watching, and you're like, yeah, like it was a service going on. And so he had different colored seats though at the time. His seats were like brown or something. I don't know what that was. His seats looked brown or something, but now I think they're like red or blue or something like that. But in the past, in that dream, they look wooden. They look brown and like they were wooden, old-fashioned church seats. And then I get up and I go walking out there with Truly. And I remember seeing my grandma, who they say my grandma. You're like, yeah. I remember her being outside talking to my cousin AJ. And Dejanar, I remember my brother Dejanar was coming from a car. He was going to church. He was pulling into the church. Like, you could tell he was getting ready to go in the sanctuary. So he was already on his way, but you could tell he was late. And so he was pulled into the parking lot already, but he was getting out his car. He had just pulled in. He was getting out and getting ready to go. I'm coming down the walkway. There's like this walkway. It's not a stairway. It's like a walkway where you could just walk down. And I'm seeing them talking. My grandma and my cousin, they're talking outside. Dejanar's getting out his car. And we're walking past him. We don't want to have any problems or any interactions. So me and Truly just walked past him, and she questioned me when she talking to AJ. She stopped talking to him and said, "Wait, hey, where you going?" And I said, "I'm leaving." I said, "I don't even know how I got here." Literally, just like that, scared as hell. I said, "I'm leaving. I don't even know how I got here." And she said, you can't just leave." And I said, "I'm not staying here." And I'll never forget it. Dejanar, he just watched the conversation happen. He got out his car and watched it happen, and he keep walking in the church, but he's looking back like, is everything good? Checking the temperature. And I'm like, I'm not staying here. And she's like, so you ain't gonna come to church? You ain't gonna do that? I said, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know you like that. That's what I told her. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know you like that. I said, I don't know how I got here. And I just walked off scared. I'll never forget walking off with Truly pacing, scared as hell. I hit the like actual street on the same side as the church entryway, and I take a right and go down the neighborhood. And so now I'm going down this street. I'm taking a right, going down this street outside of the church, and I just start getting away. You're like, yeah, I walked to where I need to go with my daughter. I didn't know how I got there, bro. Like, that shit was scary. And so somebody gonna go to jail. The Aries. Good, the Gemini. Aries, I find you a note. Spirit said, Aries, it's you, the pastor. You're like, yeah, I'm a part of it. Aw, could be dealing with the Virgo. Yeah. We're all a part of it. We lied. Hypocrites. Good, the Scorpio. Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer. Okay, so you are a hypocrite. That's hypocrite. You're like, yeah. That's what you call it. Hypocrite. All right. So you're hypocrites. You're like, they are. Yeah. I wouldn't lie to you. All right, so somebody has to turn the tables on the Aries tomorrow on Sunday. He's going to be at church. You're like, yeah, he has a lot of pride. This is my confirmation. He'll be at church on Sunday preaching the word of the God he never met, he doesn't know. No, don't tell them I never met Mr. God. You tell us every day when you refuse to show us his face, okay? You're not showing me what he looks like. You're not showing me pictures of Jesus meeting any of my relatives. Nobody got the opportunity. So why you think I feel like I'm going to get it? I ain't going to live to see the day if nobody else got to live to see the day. You right. What make you think I'm going to live? You know how many hurricanes there's been? You know how many floods there's been? You know how many fires there's been? Tornadoes there's been? All these unnatural disasters and catastrophic events. Now, when I look back at all these problems that we face through unnatural disasters and catastrophic events, you're like, yeah, it make me wonder if all those things were able to reveal themselves to us in a natural form, as you say, government, then why can't God do that in his natural form? Why can't Jesus do that in his natural form? There's so many like questions I have about it, because it's like, nah, cuz like, if they can do it, he can do it. You're like, right? Like, so for me, it'd be like, you feel me? You're like, yeah, unimaginable, because I can't even get no receipts. You can't show me a time where my ancestors met Jesus, nigga, Babe Ruth, nigga, Joshua, nigga. No way. You can't ever show me when they met their kids, nigga. Nobody got the tracking, and that's what bothered me. Is like, stop trying to make receipts. You got this, how we get people confused with who mommy and daddy is, because you've created false receipts. Stop doing that. That's not real baby. That's not real daddy. That's not real mommy. Granted, you know, when you take some, you got to take others so that it doesn't look too obvious. Somebody got to remember when this bitch your nigga was around kicking his little baby. So you take nigga possibly auntie, nigga daddy, godmommy, nigga, granddad, nigga, cousin. It's somebody else here you gotta take when you traffic us so that it can look normal. Like, nah, they never left. We never left. We been here, cuz we ain't never been trafficked. Nigga, we was around each other since we was 12. Nigga, since we was 5. Nigga, since we was 2. Nigga, what are you talking about? No, we was trafficked together. No, I ain't trafficked, nigga. Somebody here. That's what we trying to tell you. Somebody start thinking like that. Nigga, I was there because they did it like that on purpose. You had to go with some cousins or some aunties or some uncles or some granny, some granddad or somebody. You had to go with somebody who was really a part of the family. They was really around. But there was other people who was around too that's not around no more because you're not around no more. You're trying to say you were never around somewhere else because you don't remember. You got the memory loss. You gotta accept it. You're like, it happened. All right. I can remember a lot. And when I realize what I can't remember, I feel like that's where the memory loss drink come in. You like, yeah, that's right. The drugs. Somebody know about them. Somebody give it. Somebody sell it. With cancer. Somebody makes it. Okay, so that's the solution. You're like, it's him. Okay, don't ask me no more. Okay, you're like, that's him. Okay. Literally. And I'm thinking about it like, right, spirit's like, you've been fighting religion, literally religion. You guys want people to look crazy because you look crazy, religion. You're like, yeah, and they're abusive. They want me to look crazy because they are crazy. And it's like, spirit is really on your asses. They don't care no more. You're like, no. They get so mad because it's like, no. What make you better than me if you're not able to see a pedophile that was in your friend group? You right. Okay, shut the fuck up. What make you better than me if you're not able to get the message on, right, a thief or a trafficker in your family? You're right. Okay. Don't fucking play with me, religion people. What real work, what real time are you putting in? What real change? Besides confusing these people, causing them to believe all type of bullshit to keep them stuck. I need, more credit. You're not giving me enough credit, but whole time you've been setting me up, trying to rob my credibility. I don't understand it. So that's what makes it worse. He's pastor. You're like, yeah, he's Kendrick's pastor. You're like, yeah, Kendrick Lamar. You're like, in Cali. Yeah. Him, Whitney. Ha ha ha. You stupid Whitney. This bitch. And she worked with him and his wife and all, the first lady. So they're all a part of it. You're like, yeah. And there's people who go to the church that I've been talking about. They're a part of it too. And that's your confirmation. It's a big organization. It's connected to religious people, connected to Church of God, FAME, FAME, Church of God in Christ, Children of God. All right. Child of the Lamb. Okay. I don't really know if Catholics are a part of it. You're like, yeah, because Catholic isn't Church of God, Children of God, Church of God in Christ. Um, you're like, yeah. There's other names too, AME. There's other ones that are like organization. They're not. I don't see Catholic come up. We used to have to sign off the papers. You're like, yeah. The papers would tell you. You say, what's your denomination? You sign off what you're a part of, but you would have to already be a part of the Church of God or Church of God in Christ, or there's many of them. You're like, yeah, And so we would choose. But that's what I found out. You're like, okay, there's more. Hold on. So we got him out of here. You're like, it's him. Okay, Sunday is fun day. It's tomorrow. Make a trip. Take a trip. Take a trip. Go to church. Go to Mr. I feel like it's you, Pastor Roberts. It's okay. Spirit show me an Aries. Why would they say that? Connected to first AME. You're the only pastor online who don't have your information out. It's like you're trying to hide something. I don't like that. If you're that big, you should be, no. Oh my gosh. So I don't be holding shit against nobody. I'm like, you guys can all get it. You guys can all get caught up too. I heard too many stories about pastor, no matter if it was non-denominational, denominational, no matter if it was Catholic, no matter if it was Kojic, no matter if it was you're like, yeah, Christian, no matter if it was, I'm telling you, Baptist, whatever this is, I've heard stories about all of them. You're like, no matter if it was white people, no matter if it was black people. I've heard rape stories, pedophile stories. People who have schools connected to their churches. These are mega churches that I went to. Spirit told me stop going. And it's crazy because no less than 3 years later, you guys get charges on you for the pastor being a pedophile. And he owns schools. He got a school attached to this church and a manor for elderly people right next door. You got elementary school, a middle school, a high school, a manor, the church, nigga, a college, the dorms, nigga. I'm like, how the fuck you fitting all this on this property, nigga? A lot of property. It's a mega church. It's mega. I went there. You're like, yeah? When I was like 16, 15, 16, 17. And I feel like 2.5, 3 years going on, and I stopped going. Yeah, because I went there. It was 2.5 years. I stopped going in the 11th grade or 12th grade or something like that. But it was cool though. And all of a sudden I'm getting stories about it way after as an adult. Hey, did you hear about that? I said, it's crazy. I stopped going to that church. They're like, I'm glad you stopped going. Did you hear about what happened? And I'm like, what happened? And then this guy who went with me there told me, like, yeah, man. Yeah, the white people yeah, man, they got charged. The pastor, he got charged. Pastor da. One of the main pastors, he got charged for being a pedophile, touching on girls at the schools. And I said, what? Yeah. And so, and they let him get away with it. Like they let him. I feel like he could have to pay for something, but they were working hard. He said, I can't believe the church was promoting him, saying like, help pastor, and he's a pedophile. It wasn't a lie. And I said, they're trying to get him out of it. Like, yeah, the members at the church. He said, I stopped going when they were trying to get him out of that because I thought that was messed up. The girl spoke up, her family, and the people at the church were mad about it. So they were trying to get the pastor out of the charges. They worked hard. They did, fundraisers. Mega church, so they're going to work hard. That's embarrassing. So they did their fundraisers. They did all type of shit, their speeches and everything to make people, they did their, you're like, yeah, their surveys and their forms and their votes. They try to make everybody keep pastor. And so, that's what ended up happening. People ended up leaving the church. And he told me that they ended up somebody else ended up taking off who didn't agree with what they were doing. He ended up starting another pastor started his own church not too far from that church. And the dude was like, yeah, so I go to the new church that they have, and we don't, rock with them no more. He was saying because they supported a pedophile. You know, we don't care if he's the pastor, he's a pedophile. And so they were like, it was proven that he was a pedophile, so that's why they don't rock with it. So they made their own little church. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I mean, hey, but still, something's going on. You know, who was teaching him? Who was in his ear? We talk about God speaks to people, and if God's speaking to him, did God tell him to touch on little girl? Okay, I don't know. So something has to do with the religion once again. The okay, who's talking to you? Who's preaching to you? Who's speaking to you, and who's not hearing? Kudo the Saggy, Cancer. Who's not hearing the devil talking in your ear? Who's not hearing the devil talking through your mouth, through your tongue, through your teeth? Wait. So we all have to go there, because it's like, who didn't hear it? Who didn't see you weren't who you said you were? Who didn't get the dream? Could be doing the Taurus, no, Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo. So you ask these things. You like, wow, who didn't see? Who didn't hear? Who didn't get the message? Who didn't get the dream? Who didn't get it? Because I wasn't chosen. This isn't real. I'm blind. And spirit sees that. Every time somebody's blind, too blind to see that they haven't met Mr. God in their dreams or Mr. Jesus, then that's every time somebody's too blind to see their ancestors. If you can't see Mr. God and Mr. Jesus, but you act like you can, if you can't see this man face, but you act like you can, or if you can't see something, but you act like you can see it or hear it, now we're going to give somebody real sight, real ears. Real, okay, so something is real for you, right? Because you can really get the message. You're not trying to be fooled. All right, something gets scary for you because it gets real, and that's where things change. You're like, so spirit feels like this is where it has to get real for certain people that are a part of religion, because a lot of religious players are involved with the Cancer. That's the first problem, and they're being protected majorly with the Saggy, Aquarius, Aries, Gemini. And for those who, like I say, can't see sin, but you want to talk about other people's sins, you want to judge other bitches and niggas for their sins, but you don't see your own friends' sins, you don't see your own family sins, you don't see your own sister, brother, cousin, lover sins. I don't care no more. You don't see your own pastor sins, your own trainer sins. I don't care no more. You're like, right. I don't give a fuck if you can see money. Can you see sins? I don't give a fuck if you can see this. Can you see sin? And so people keep getting away with sinning because the people who are supposed to see sin, religious people, that's you. Could be with the Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be with the Saggy, Virgo, that's you, religion, Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer, Libra, Gemini, Taurus. Okay, so spirit feels like you're supposed to see that. You see all this other shit. Do you see a setup? Do you see an op? Do you see a trafficker? We're trying to figure out how far does your sight go? Are you fit for the position? Kudo with the Aries, Leo, Sag, Libra, Scorpio. We just wonder, okay, are you chosen? We talk about people being chosen because that's real. We need to know, did you get chosen by ancestors, the spirit, or did you just say, hey, I want to be a pastor when I grow up? Hey, I want to preach the gospel. I want to have a voice. I want to be heard. Okay. We don't know. With the Aries. All right. Somebody here wonders. I wonder. All right. Because the Scorpio, Libra. And I wonder too. So that's what we find out. Somebody here can't hear. They can't see. So they're not useful. We need somebody we need soldiers. Okay. They wrote a song about it. It's a gospel song. It go, I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. Said I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. And that's what the song said. You like, man, you gotta be a stepper for spirit, nigga. You got it, nigga. If you want, He preaching that shit. You better be a soldier, nigga. So we need to know that you can see. That's all I'm saying. All right, if you're gonna be at the church, make sure you get the sight, the word, for real, not just on Sunday, bitch, on your fun day, nigga. All right, you like, yeah. All right, wait. So I get irritated by that. You're like, yeah, because there's more people like him. You guys follow these people. You guys, I don't know why. Who's turning the tables on you, Aries? Somebody's gonna do it for me. You're done. Finally, bro. Somebody's going to church on Sunday. You dumb fuck. Were you pastor? All right, you're done. What's their sun sign? They have a solution. I have an idea. They're smart. Wait. It's a Virgo, Aries. You know, it's a Virgo? Yeah. Shut up. Yeah, he got questions, little nigga. Little motherfucker. It's a Virgo. All right, so he got questions for you, little motherfucker. Nah, you stupid Virgo. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was Winsky, Kudasaji, Pisces. Spirit show me he got work he's been doing. He got more work to do for the ancestors. Ace of Swords. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Winsky, the Virgo, but he gonna check you at church tomorrow. No, he has questions. He's gonna be there while you're on the fucking run. Cool with the Aries, Aquarius. He gonna be on the run, Virgo. You like he on the run? Yeah, he's stupid, Virgo. Okay, this is Winsky. So he gonna go to the church tomorrow. Hold on. We is laughing. Is what he do? He go to church tomorrow. You like, yeah, he's stupid. He go to church tomorrow. And this nigga start trying to preach faster. The Aries, you like, this nigga trying to get out. This nigga trying to hurry up at that point. Okay. And so he see the Aries on the run preaching. This nigga, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's his job, Virgo. He get paid to be a pastor. That's not easy to come by. Right? He get paid to be a trafficker too. Don't feel bad. Right. I see you in church, Virgo. You find him. He's the pastor, Virgo. I see him talking to you guys and the congregation. Okay, you're like, yeah, could the Virgo. Right, so you're listening. I feel like you're being quiet. You're acting like you're a regular member. You're like, I'm playing. All right, you're playing it safe. Kudasaji, Scorpio, Gemini. Hey, Virgo. So here you are. You at the church. What's this nigga doing? He trying to make it go quick. Hurry up. Yeah, he preaching or something. The Aries. Oh, you see the Aquarius? The Aquarius go to that church. The cloning doctor, remember? She was connected. Yeah, Virgo, she was connected to Patrick. That's right. Could the Pisces? Yes. She go to the I'm gonna see her at the church. Shut the fuck up. You're gonna see people that you know at this church. That's on the run. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Could the Aries your Sag? There's a lot of people. How come all the criminals go to this church, Virgo? That's what I'm saying, Winsky. You stupid. So all the criminals. This is the criminal church. That's why he can't put too much information out there. You like, yeah, this is the criminals church, Virgo. This is church. I'm telling you, for the hood niggas. So this is a church for the criminals, Virgo. That's what you find out, Winsky. You like, yeah, it's a church for the criminals, for the gangbangers. All right, cash. All right, blood. It's a church for all that. It's a church for the traffickers. You could be anybody in the world and go to this church. They will not judge you. Could the Pisces, Libra. Somebody here will not say shit. All right, you can be whoever you want. You can come to this bitch drunk, high as fuck. Ain't nobody gonna say shit. Nah, the Scorpio. Everybody gonna say shit. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. So somebody here gonna be anybody they want to be and go to this church. That's the problem. There's no discipline. You're like, right, thieves is going to this church, crooks are going to this church, all type of shit. And so there's a lot of people on the run at this church. You find them. You're like, they all go here. They feel like this is keeping them out of jail. Going to church on Sunday at the Pastor Aries. So maybe they're right. Maybe that has been a protection. Is them going to church, this man's church. He protects them. You're like, yeah, okay. He worked with the government, so I wouldn't be surprised, Virgo. All right, so you see all these people bouncing around, running around at the church. On the run. And you find out, you're like, what the fuck? Now you're in church, you're not saying shit. Everybody listening to pastor, right? To the cancer. You're not gonna say nothing. I feel like you're not playing. You take this serious, so you're really listening. You're trying to understand his sermon, his preacher, his methods, his technique, his preaching styles. Okay, how does he get them? How does he pull them in? Is it through persuasion? You're like, right. Is it through gifts? Is it through right? Is it through da da da? So you're trying to figure yeah. Is it through free food, free meals, free drinks? I don't know. Is it through da da da? So you're trying to figure out, how is he keeping them here? What is he doing to pull them? All right. Is it through paying for their tickets, their debt? Is it through da da da? You're like, what is keeping? So you're looking for how they're able to, like, what keeps you coming back? What gives you so much faith in this man? All right. So that's the first thing you're looking for, is like, what is it that gives you that's your secret. See, when you find that out, Saggy, Virgo, Cancer, it get good, Virgo. All right, you're like, that's the secret. When you find out what keeps them going, all right, somebody here does. They help somebody get away with shit. The Aries, you're like, yeah, this nigga be helping. All you gotta do is tell this motherfucker what you going through. You, oh my gosh, you'll be safe. I'll be protected. That motherfucker is God, nigga. You're gonna get out, nigga. With the Aries, nigga, you can get through anything, nigga. You can get out of anything. He is God. That's your confirmation. Like, these niggas are playing God, bro, trying to act like it's somebody else. You're the only one whole time pulling the strings, nigga, puppeteering shit, nigga, moving your mouth, nigga, beating your drum, nigga. Somebody here's the only one. Cause the Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. So you get disappointed because you're like, they all come here on Sunday. Yeah, you see so many different, yes, criminals. That's all you see. I don't know what this is. It looked like a movie, but it's real life. Somebody really good. It's criminals at this church. So that's why I said, Kendrick, go to this church. If you don't go to the church, he go to the pastor and talk. He have conversations with pastor. Pastor get you out of anything. You can get away with anything with pastor. You're like, yeah, with the Aries. All right. He's your guy. I don't know. And he know. It's like he helped them get away and stay out of jail. He know these people are criminals. That's the point. God gonna protect you. Right? That's the point. God gonna protect you, bitch. I'm gonna protect you. That's the point. Keep coming, nigga. They pay this man handsomely well, because he do all they do is tell him his problems. They problems, her problems. It's a solution. That's all you got to do is talk to me about it. Tell pastor everything. This nigga, he gonna play God in your life. He gonna solve all your problems. You like, well, thank you, God. It's thank you, pastor. So we really can tell what's going on at that point. So you're gonna do that. Thank you so much, Virgo. You're like, I got you. Thank you so much. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Something here is not funny no more. Okay? I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, Virgo. Make sure you get pictures. Okay, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Krishan get pictures at church all the time. Videos. She be going on live stream. Don't feel bad. Right? So you can go on live stream if you want. You can take the pictures, bring your recorder, whatever you want to do. Get your evidence. You like, yeah, Spirit don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. It's church. What you gotta hide at church? Because the Taurus, Aries. And no, Ace of Swords. So somebody here, you shouldn't have nothing to hide. You in the place of the house of God. That's right. That's right. With the Aquarius. Yeah. The Virgo goes to church. That shit is funny as fuck. Hey, you're like, yeah. Right. So that turns the tables on the Aries. You're like, yeah, the Virgo going to church tomorrow. You're like, yeah, he's done. After that, all right, you need confirmation. Ace of Swords. There's something here is like, it's gonna happen fast too, as quick as tomorrow. All of a sudden, you're like, yeah, more people follow the high priestess. And that's what we needed. People, it was religion. It was you, Aries. Somebody here's getting confirmation that you're able to fuck with people's head, spirit, mind, body, souls. And I was being honest with people, and you were abusing them by lying to them, turning the tables on their future, like you're doing mine, like you've been doing, acting like it's connected to you serving a higher power, also known as God or Jesus. But no, it's connected to you playing the higher power and you controlling things behind the scenes. And you helping other people get away with that too, doing the same thing you're doing. You're teaching people how to be like you. They go to that fucking church. And we find out, yeah, I swear. I get more followers from that as far as like people who know I'm not bullshit. Somebody be spending all day and time trying to disprove me, but it's like, okay, prove me wrong, but when are you gonna prove you right? We're still waiting for you to prove that you were right. We're still waiting for things to come true that you said was gonna come into fruition. We're still waiting on you. And so people don't realize that over time somebody's noticing their flaws too. Like, I've been keeping track, I've been keeping count, I've been keeping record. While you was worried about another bitch or another nigga and abusing their future, somebody was getting information on yours whole time. And that's scary because people don't want you to know who they are. Somebody, that's what I'm saying, hypocrites. So I'm excited, Aries, to get you out of here. You're like, yeah, it's time. He got to go to church tomorrow. He got to be there for the criminals. All right, you got to be there, OG. He's gonna go. And okay, I'm gonna have to take a shot. You're like, this deserves a shot. Okay. I feel like that's all I needed to know. I had a dream of Michi. I keep dreaming of Michi. I've wondered, is this guy okay? You're like, yeah. Yeah, I dream of him too much at this point. I had a few dreams. I had a dream with Michi. I had a dream with me getting, if it wasn't a new job, it was me going to school or something. I'm gonna clarify, but I knew that it was connected to either work or school because I had to go shopping with a group of people, a group of adults at this location that has laptops and things like that, school stuff, and there was laptops there. There's school supplies, and I had to get a laptop. I had to get a mic for the laptop. I had to get a charger, and I had to get the battery for the laptop. And so, and then I think there was other things I had to get too, but I I knew I forgot to grab a couple of items. Like I knew I had to come back and get the mic. I knew I would have had to come back and get certain things because I just grabbed the computer, the charger, and the battery. I think everybody else was like, you're supposed to get the mic. You're supposed to, and I was already in line. I'm like, man, I'm not finna start over because the line was long as fuck. You're like, yeah, it was like students or something, or like if it wasn't school, it was definitely work. But you needed a microphone, you needed a laptop. Anyway, that was one dream I had. And there was these people with me, adults that was in line with me, and I didn't know who they were, but they felt familiar. But today I can't even tell you who they were. Some were people of color, some were light skinned, some were white. That's why I feel like it was school or something. And then let me see the other dreams. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, then I had first it was the dream with Michi though. That was the last dream I think I had, or like the dream that was after Michi. Okay, so first I had a dream with Michi, and we were inside of this building. I don't know if it was a hall, like a hall type of building, or if it was like it was like a place where you could do events or you could do speaking engagements. And he was dressed up in a suit and tie. It was like black, and he looked nice. And his suit was like suave. It was like what do they call that? Velvet. He had a velvet black suit on with a tie, the velvet tie, black tie, and then he came up to me and was talking. He was talking about his job. He was mad about his job. He felt like his job was playing with him or something, and he was going off. He had to. It looked like he had to speak or something or do something. Like it looked like he had to take pictures or speak or go. I don't know. Or I had to or something. Like we were about to hit it. I seen the stage, and so I feel like it was like a hall or event hall or building like that. But he had to. He was dressed nice, and so he had to present himself. But he was mad at his job. And he was talking about his job, how his job was like wasn't doing him right, how they weren't treating him fairly. He was saying things like, I don't know if it had to do with pay or what, or just abuse. But he was talking about his job. I'm gonna figure it out. You're like, yeah. What was significant about the dream with Michi? He was mad at his job, and there was other people that was around us that worked with Michi that told him some shit, and they were mad at the job too. People were mad that worked with him, and they told him some shit about the job, and he even got more mad. Like it was like, it caused more aggression at this event because everybody was mad about the job. I don't know if that had to do with pay or what, but something triggered him connect to his job, and he felt like they were abusing him, or like they wasn't treating him fairly. It was other people going through it too though. He wasn't the only one. He like, no, they was talking about it. He had coworkers that was in that bitch talking to him about it, and he wasn't happy about something. None of them were. What was significant about that job or that dream with Michi? But that was the first dream I had. Yeah, it had to do with his job. Yeah. What was going on? It did. His job be robbing people. Dumb as fuck. And they be doing work on people. So the tourist Gemini. Okay, wait. His job is abusive. They be robbing people. I knew it had to do with money or something. Yeah, they be making you spend money on things that you don't need to spend money on. They be overcharging you, lying about prices and shit to get more money out of you or something. I don't know, but they be robbing people. They find ways to rob their employees. This nigga, and he found out more information. He got mad as hell. He was already mad at them. He got more mad at the job, and so, or yeah, his job wasn't telling him that they were pocketing money for other shit. That they it's like if I'm an artist and I know that we have a budget, right? You're like, yeah, but let's say like, let's say I'm trying to go on tour as an artist, as a musical artist. I'm trying to be on tour, but it's like the tour. Let's say like I need a whole band, and let's say I need a dance team, or let's just say I want one. I don't really need one, but let's just say for entertainment purposes, I want to dance. I want a dance team. I want people to dance with me, and I want to have a band. I want it to be an authentic sound, so I could jam out. And I need to have people who are engineers, and you're like, yeah, a person who can at least transition music, like a DJ or something, just in case for some nights, some events. But it's like when you start thinking like that, right? You're like, yeah, okay, well, people here will invest in you, and sometimes you have to invest in yourself. And so depending on if you got deals with people who will invest in you or not, you got to invest in yourself. I feel like he has to invest in himself. Okay, whatever he does for work, I feel like he has to invest in himself. So if I wanted to do that, let's say you have to invest in the dancers, you have to invest in that. And they're like, but look, what we'll do is we'll start off with the investment. We'll give you this amount of money. This is the budget we'll give you. We'll get you your dancers. We'll get you this. But they overcharge me. They give me interest type shit. You're like, yeah. So it's like, but they're not telling me that that was interest. They're just telling me, nah, this is the price. And then they could be trying to add interest to that. But it's like, nah. It's like, let's say all that together would be, let's say for a whole tour. Let's just say I want to go on tour for 8 months. All that together, 8 months to a year. Let's say I want to do like a year, the max. All that together will probably be around like 500,000. You like, it's definitely in the 100,000s. You're like, yeah. So it's a lot, and it'll be a little bit over that for some shit too. I feel like, but whatever it is, people have to pay for that, and if they don't have a contract or an investor. But when you have an investor, you could easily get that person, the people to invest in you, and then you pay them back the return from doing the shows and all that. So if I'm trying to do that, I have an investor. But let's say my investor is overcharging me. My investor is telling me that it costs 1.5 billion or million, excuse me, versus 750,000. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's huge interest. You're like, yeah, you're not telling me that, and then you're like, interest on top of that too, 5% interest on top of that. You're like, yeah, like So it's like you're not telling me that, but it's like that's what something is connected to what Michi does. He has to pay to keep something going here that he's a part of, and it's connected to his image, his name, his public fame, and his figure, his likeliness. But at the end of the day, he's being robbed. And there's other people too. I feel like they're actors, and the people who have to invest in being an actor, but they got to pay for shit. They could have to pay for makeup artists, stylists. They got to pay for wardrobe. I don't know, but it's like if they have to pay for shit and people have to pay them, or they have to pay people back. Excuse me, connected to them being invested in. And then I understand how that can make sense. So I feel like that's what the situation is. He been paying off somebody connected to his job, and they've been overcharging him and pocketing money and shit. With the Capricorn, Scorpio, Aquarius, and it's actors. It's not just him. Don't tell them. It isn't just you, Michi. There was other people talking about it. You're like, yeah. So it's blackmail. They can't do that. Somebody gonna go to jail for that. That's crazy, huh? You're like, yeah, they overcharging. And then they pocketing the money. They acting like they using the money to support something that these actors are doing, which is acting, right? Her modeling or whatever. the whole time? No. They're trying to make them go broke, and then they stalk them. They prey on their family and they stalk them and their families, and like they'll try to see how these people, these actors, are living their life so that they could set them up. And they'll give them opportunities to date people, be in relationships with certain people who aren't really popping like that, but it's for money. The relationships aren't real. You're like, yeah. That's why when they talk about scandals, that's where they come from. People who scandals are really when you're part of a scandal, but you're the one who like is being played. You're like, yeah, like being treated unfairly. Then usually, you're not gonna be a part of the setup. Because you're even though you're part of the scandal, you're not always knowing that you're being set up. You're not so what the setup is like people knowing that, okay, this isn't a real relationship. Celebrities being fake relationships, they know it's not real. It's a scandal. It's meant to make them money, and they're meant to profit off of it. Fame, money, whatever. If they profit off of it, and people pay for you to talk to people, like celebrities, to talk to these people, and all of a sudden they're in relationships. You're like, where'd this girl come from? Where'd this guy come from? They were never. Yeah, somebody got paid to be with a bitch or a nigga, to act like they like them or fuck with them or something. Sometimes it works. People actually fall for each other. Other times though, it don't work. Usually, it's not a good match, right? And so usually, usually it don't last long because it don't be a good match. Somebody here, the money be good, and so the whole time this bitch is around you or this nigga, this fake lover or fake little situation you got going on, you think it's good because you're getting paid as an actor or actress, but you're not realizing this is persons in your life really to stalk you too, so that the industry can abuse you, and it be the people who are part of the industry you work in. So if you work in the acting industry, it's film directors, people who who pay you for work, or who it's writers, film directors, it's those type of things. So I say go there because it be shit like that. Or if you're like or producers, or if you're like an artist, it be the producers, the engineers. You're like, you gotta go there, the management team, the A&R. It be certain shit like the teams. It's the teams that you work with in the industry or the field you work in. They're your setup because they want to profit off you, but they also want to control how money comes in for you. And so they'll try to turn your scandal into a setup. And that's how people be like, how do all of a sudden I get charged with abuse when me and this bitch, we're both getting opportunity to fuck with each other. She was supposed to be getting fame, I was supposed to be getting fortune. Nigga, how do all of a sudden I end up in jail? Could be no Tory Lanez. How do all of a sudden right, Ace of Swords. How all of a sudden did I end up in jail for being a part of an abuse situation or investigation? Me and this bitch, we knew we wasn't really fucking around. We never had sex. I was getting pet. It get good. That's not good. We went to Peterson, Daystar. It be like that. And so that be the real goal, is to get you out of here, to set you up or to silence you, or to see, that's the goal. But however long you go for it is however long it'll take. And so it just depends where people's morals are and things like that, if you a sellout or not. But it's however long you go for the setup or the lie, is however long it'll take. And once you try to get out of it, usually people want to hurt you. Now it's time to like, okay, sting you for that. Now it's time to humiliate you, embarrass you. You're trying to get away. You're trying to get out our setup. We have plans for you. We only brought this bitch or nigga in because we have plans for you to be abused and, humiliated and used. And you're like, what? Yeah. So that's what they're going through. You're like, yeah. Somebody here's on that type of time, and they also are robbing people because they're lying about expenses, where the money's going. It look like it's going in people's pockets. All right. You are stupid, spirit. It's never coming in. All right. A crazy Gemini. Okay, wait. So that's everything connected to Michi. You're like, yeah. He just wanted you to know he's worried about that. All right, Michi. Well, I'm worried about my life too. All right. You're like, yeah, I gotta find a place to stay. You're like, yeah. Yeah, me cheat. I gotta find where I'm be nigga. My situation. My brother's not paying the bills no more. My brother said, I gotta move, sis. I said, brother, yeah, you could stay in this bitch with no lights. I don't give a fuck. I'm my brother, you know? So it's like, I'm not being treated like princess no more. You're not being treated like prince. You're like, no, I get it. Hee hee, to the Gemini. Okay, wait. So we all got shit we're going through, right? It's not just you, little baby. It's not just me. You know, yeah. All right, so next up. Yeah. That's so sad. I gotta worry about my lights getting cut off. No, yeah, like something for me is like I've been trying to act like something's not happening. Spirit's like, because I be asking the answers. Like, what do I do? Spirit be laughing at me like, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta wait. Spirit show me I'm waiting on a Virgo or something. I'm like, a Virgo? I'm trying to figure out, do I need to hit the streets, bounce that ass? Do I need to sell this ass, sell this pussy? I'm asking Spirit, where do I go from here? How far do you want me to go? Where do you want me to take this? Do I need to sell drugs? What do I need to do? All right, quick money, quick money. I asked ancestors, they said, sit down. You don't need to do nothing. Sit the fuck down. You don't gotta do shit. Stop thinking about that. I'm like, you gotta make me feel like, you know, you're like, yeah. I be feeling like they get me bougie. They get me proud, lazy, to where I'm like, all right, I don't gotta worry. No. They make me feel so spoiled. And you're like, they don't tell you what to do. No, they tell me to do that. Don't worry. Lay down. Be happy. Sleep it off. Have a dream. Have a drink. I'm like, what? All those things? That's good for me? They say, yeah. You're going through shit. You're being trafficked, little baby. You're being abused. You're being. All right. So they want me to be happy, and they feel like something has to do with a Virgo man. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's significant, right? To me, getting out of something here. Yeah. All right. Next up. Yeah, he's significant. A Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. Don't give up on me, Virgo. Don't give out. All right. Whatever happens, bitch, I'm gonna figure this out, nigga. That's why I told Spirit, don't be playing with me. I ain't got a lot of time, ancestors. So yeah, what was significant about the dream with the laptop? Was I connected to a school or was that a job? With the laptop, the microphone, you're like, yeah, the charger. There was gay people there. A gay guy. He was so sweet. He was light skinned. You're like, yeah, he was so sweet. And he was so cute. He was like, yeah, I would at least got the charger. Or he was like, no, I would at least got the microphone. That's what he was saying. He was like, you should at least gotten the microphone. How'd you forget the microphone? I was like, I know, I gotta come back. That's what I told him. I knew it was something that was accredited, like because in the dream, I knew that I could just come back and pick it up. And when we were checking them out, I knew that we didn't have to pay for it. Something was accredited, so it was like free, or you're like, yeah, or it was a part of our intuition, or like our, you know, you're like, yeah, like something was a part of something. We didn't have to pay. It was accredited, and I knew I could just come back and get more of them. More as far as like what I didn't get at that time. I didn't need money. So what was that? Was that school or was that work? We needed the laptop for something. Okay, that was school. That was school. I guess I was a student. You were a student. Kuda Saji. Okay, wait. Okay, Kuda Aquarius. Okay, wait. What type of school was that? So we do laugh. So like, cause I needed a laptop and a mic. So what type of school was that? What was I going to school for? So that's funny. So I was in school. You're like, yeah. Why was I in school? For what? Something is funny. Why was I in school? What was it? What was I trying to do? There was gay guys in at my school, and all that. I feel like he was in my class, so it's like he was learning something I was learning. What were we doing? What were we? You know, you're like, yeah. What did I want to be when I grew up? something where I would have had to have been stuck in a house or stuck in a building or stuck what? Stuck in a house. Yeah, you would have been stuck in a house. With the Aries, Gemini, Scorpio. Doing what? I would have been working from home on a computer. Yeah, it was a school where you would have been working from home. I would have been whatever I would have did would be from home. I would have had to have been stuck in my house. Like long hours at home, couldn't leave the house for long hours. To the Gemini. Who was connected to me that was connected to this school? It was on a computer. Hee hee hee. I don't know what that is. Who's connected to me that was connected to school? Asaji. Okay, wait. Oh, this could be Streamer University. Could the Aquarius? Yeah. Okay. Libra, Gemini, Capricorn. Yeah. I was going to Streamer. You're going to Streamer University. I was a student. Going on the Aries. This nigga was mad. The Aries, you stupid Aries. All right, he was mad as hell in the past life when I went to that bitch. You stupid Aries. Because the Pisces, he's stupid, Leo. Okay, wait. I was going to Stream University. Ace of Swords. I was doing streaming. It was with Kai. Good to Libra. Yeah, you went. It was with Kai. It is Kai shit. Hee hee. All right, so we do laugh, Kai. Okay, wait. So it's opportunity. Yeah, I heard they're doing it again. I want to go. It's crazy because I want to go. I'm manifesting that. I see me going, get in the laptop. It was free, or it was accredited, and it came with a mic and all type of other shit. You're like, it was nice as hell, and it was a MacBook or something. But what's crazy? We had to go to this place to get it. It was like this place that was connected, had all this shit. It sold shit. Like, it gave you shit. It was like things that you knew you would have to come back and get, or you would have to come get. And it was a part of the school. I knew I had to come back, and I knew I could come back to this little location, like a little warehouse garage. You're like, yeah, it was hidden, those ducked off, and you had to wait in line. It was a lot of people. You're like, yeah, all different kind of people. It was popping. And yeah, I went to the Streamer University. Yeah, kudos to Saji. Yes, Virgo. Somebody was mad I was at the school. It was an Aries. All right. You think I can get in, Spirit, this time? How do I get in, right? I don't have a big following, but do you think I could get in if I did the requirements? They're doing it again. You're like, yeah, I'm trying to see how to sign up. You think I can get in, Spirit, or nah? Like, nah. All these other bitches and niggas got in, all right? They're not cool at all. Somebody here is boring. The Gemini. Boring, right? Cancer, like bitch, nigga didn't have no fun at all watching. Yeah, because the Pisces, Libra, Cancer. Somebody here made it boring, so bitch, I'll make it fun. All right, because the Libra, turn that motherfucker up. So we do want to do it. You're like, yeah, is it possible? Or no, I gotta wait till next year. Fuck, Kai. Did he already get him? Did he already choose him? So that was for me to go to Stream University. Kai, did you already choose him? Or are you still looking? All right. Bro, I'm trying to get in. Is it possible, Spirit? This time, I gotta wait. You know, you're like, I could get in. You could get in, little bitch. It's a solution. I could get in. Could Leo? Aries. Yeah, I want to go. I feel like that was the dream that I was in with Ray and DDG. I was going to Stream University. That's right. I had the dream. Could decide. I'm supposed to be there. You're like, yeah. How do I apply? So I gotta find that out, because that was why I had the dream with Ray and all those other people. I didn't know who they were. They were students at Stream University, and it was DDG. And Ray was like, I need to talk to you. He was at this table. I need to talk to you, signing people in. And that's it's because we were at Stream University. And he was like, I need to talk to you and DDG. And I said, Ray, what the fuck are you talking about, Ching Chong? And Ray said, oh my gosh, I need to talk to you. And I said no, and I walked away. That's not what I came here for. I'm in school. I'm a student. I'm a scholar first. I want to learn. All right, how to be a better streamer. All right, but yeah, I need to find a trick daddy while I'm out there. You gotta keep that in mind. All right? Somebody here gotta be able to pay for me. Yeah. All right. Oh, spoil this bitch. Spoil this bitch. Cause Virgo. All right, Leo, Gemini, Sagittarius, Taurus. So there is a way for me to get in. Spirit said there's a solution. You can get in. What do I have to do? I need to hit them. What do I do? You're like, yeah. Do I gotta give somebody pussy? I would hope not, Spirit. Oh my gosh. Coup de Taurus. What do I have to do? Right. I gotta audition or something. I gotta submit a form or something. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're still looking though, all right? And I want to do it. Could the Libra, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries. So that was my confirmation. The dream with somebody been trying to stop me from getting on with them niggas. Thomas Suit was a part of that stop to that blockage. But that dream for me was significant because it was my confirmation I could do it. You could be a part of Stream University. You already had the dreams of you going. You're getting the dreams of you being at the school. You're seeing the students that's going to be there. You know that you're going to have a gay friend. And he's going to be so cool, the light-skinned boy. You're like, he's going to be at the school, Kai. You're like, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I could see the students already, the people that's going. That's why I was like, who are these people? They're your students, Kai. Right? All right, because I know that these motherfuckers be watching me on Twitch, shit like that. And they be tapping in, telling each other about what I be saying. So, yeah. I know. I'm going to go. I'm going to try. I feel like I'll be chosen. The only thing that'll be hard is for me not to smoke. You're like, yeah? Yeah, that's hard. All right, but I could do it. After day 3, it's nothing. It's nothing. All right. So it's day 3. Yeah, day 4 is nothing. All right. Food become my weed at that point. You're like, right. So I don't be needing it. You know what I'm saying? But okay, wait. So I can get in. You're like, yeah. Okay. Don't let nobody get jealous or try to stop it. Ace of Swords. Don't let this bitch stop me. Could Leo? Killed by Scorpio. You're like, yeah. I'm serious. It's a solution. All right. So next step. Get me in. Don't make it hard on me. Put the Aquarius. You're like, yeah. Okay. I suck some dick, motherfucker. You is stupid. Okay, so wait, we are done. Who's next? So after that, I saw that I'm in my city in Tacoma. You're like, yeah. I was at the church that my grandfather owned out here, and I was at his church, and I was outside of his church, and on the outside of his church, there's like a gate or something that goes around his church. And so it's like a small gate, and then there's a big gate too. But I was by the small gate, and there was like an area. It was crazy because I don't think it's designed like this today, but it could be. I'm actually gonna check and see sometime soon, like when I walk over there, because I just be walking by there because the church is like a block away from me. But when I go by there, I'm gonna just go see, like, is it built like that? Because there was a door in this past life, in this dream, that was underneath like the entry door, and it was at the bottom level of the church, the last floor. I know that there's 3 levels to this church. It's a 3-story church. I know that, but I didn't know if there was a door that was on the bottom of the church or not. But I think there is. I just never really been out of it, but I think there is. Spirit, like, there is a door. It's connected to like the kitchen area. Okay, so this door, it is there. It is, and it's connected to the kitchen area where, and so it was there in this dream. And these kids, they was boys, bad as hell. You could tell they was either stealing from inside of this motherfucker or doing something. I couldn't see my grandpa in the dream. I could just see these little boys in the police, and I could see these boys getting tased by the police, running out the bottom of the church. And I'm outside looking and watching them come from the door, and they're getting tased coming out the door. Zzz, zzz. by these popo. And I'm like, what in the fuck? I don't know what was going on. I just knew that they was probably stealing or trespassing or doing something like that inside of this building. And it could have been an abandoned building because it was like nobody else was really there but them and the police. But the police was tasing them to leave, and the boys ran out, and they tried to jump up on the hill and shit. They got stuck. They went to jail. It was like, yeah. It was a group of boys, white boys, boys of color. It was like maybe 5, 6 boys. It was a group of boys. And I didn't know why that was significant. But I was just walking down the street. I just could see them coming out. It was right place at the right time. Why was that significant? That dream with them boys. Hee. You're like, yeah, I must go to Extreme University because, nigga, that's my mission. Yeah, you're gonna get in. I feel like the dreams aren't for nothing. That could be significant. Why was that? Yeah, what was important about that with the boys? Yeah, they were doing bad things. Them motherfuckers. Somebody died. The boys died. The boys were doing illegal activity. They were like trespassing or stealing or something. But the boy died. That's right. Kutasaji, a little boy died. Aquarius. Yeah, they were kids. He died. He got shot by the police. That's right. Kutasaji. One of those boys died. Oh my god! At the church. Somebody's fucking laughing. I don't know why people have this cruel sense of humor. And I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm like, this little boy, but he was doing bad things. He was trespassing. He was robbing or something, bro. I don't know. But it's, I feel like the popo, they already was tasing him because I didn't see him get shot. I saw him getting tased. And that was enough for me. They were like, stop. They were trying to run up the hill. I saw them trying to get away. And they was trying to run up the hill to get on the street where I was. And they were scared. They were just little kids. You're like, yeah. And one of them, I didn't see that in the dream. I didn't see that the boy got shot, though. Spirit showing me that's significant. One of the boys died out there. I know they didn't get away, though. You're like, yeah. He died outside. They were bad, though. So somebody here probably laughing because this little nigga was bad as fuck. Okay. All right. So somebody could laugh. It's not funny. Spirit feel like, though, that was significant. This little boy's murder. Okay, wait. What? Was it just one boy that died? Did they just shoot one boy? It was the police out in my city. Was it just one boy or how many boys died? Because it was like 4, 5, 6, 2 boys. There was 2 of them. Yeah, there was like 6 boys out there. They were different races. They were friends. 2 of them died. The police, it was because of racism. That's right. That's what you need to know. Somebody, the cop, one of the cops were, it's like the black boys died. The 2 boys of color, or like, with the Aries, Leo. Like something gives like the 2 black boys died. With the Saggy, Capricorn, Leo. It's like the 2 boys of color died, or the 2 with the Saggy. Right. That's what it feels like. It's like, were these boys was these boys of color that died, or were they white boys? But it felt like somebody did it because they was racist. Like they didn't like these certain boys. They were dark. They were boys of color. With the Virgo. So the 2 boys that died were boys of color. Yes. Okay. With the Taurus. The other boys, the white boys I saw running, they got away. That's right. They didn't have to get killed. They got away. With an Aquarius. That wasn't fair. Spirit feel like that wasn't fair, that those boys had to die and that those other boys got away and those boys were all doing illegal activity. And Spirit feel like it's not fair because it was connected to racists and who were in government in my city. So it does explain a time where my city was racist, or like my city had racism in it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, where there was actual officers or officials that were abusing people of color who were doing the same shit that a white person was doing. What's crazy is they still abusive today. All these things that y'all been doing to abuse me in my city, it's been taking a lot of people to help you stop, because you don't know how to stop. There's only certain good ones, and they have to force you to stop abusing this bitch. Could the Scorpio, Cancer, or crazy Gemini, Taurus, because you don't fucking know how to respect civilians. It's so sad. Ace of Swords, because you're fucking still racist. I don't get it. What do you win out of killing two melanite black children? I don't fucking get nothing. I'm not winning. So that's why that was significant. It was in my city. These racist cops, they still around kicking it dead. Don't tell you are. It's the government. Stop that. You're still working these jobs today. You work in government. Could the Cancers, right? You're 2-3 years older than me, 50s and all type of shit. You're wondering how I'm having memories of your ass being 20, 25, because when you were 25, maybe I was 12. Because when you and maybe you were part of my demise or my family's murder, my murder, and you're wondering how I'm coming back remembering what you did at 25. How does she know what I did at 25? How was she there for that? Because she had to start over. You didn't. You got to live. You got away. You got away with it, right? So that's what we find out, government. You're a part of it. Spirit want me to just know that. I just need you to know some of them people are still working in government today. And they work with these guys, the pastors and they're connected to the churches. I need you to know that. And the pastors. And they help keep this shit going, this trafficking. They work with the ARIES. They do. And it's the officers, a part of it. They're helping them get away with it. Because I was like, how are these same officers working in government today that were already a part of setups and demises out here in Washington from years ago? Because they're getting remade, recreated, sex changed, AI, cloned, bitches under a new name, a new reality, a new altered life, little nigga. And so at this point, it's like they never died. It never happened. It's like they never were there for it. They can't remember. It's like, how do you remember? We remember, and this bitch or nigga don't. And so we get confused because it's like, no, I remember when that happened. How do you not remember you experiencing that memory? How does she have a dream of something that I remember happening in real life and you can't even remember it, but you were there for it? That's right. Wait, you're done. That's our confirmation you're AI. That's our confirmation you died. That's our confirmation you're cloned. It's so sad, right? Right. All right, so that's going to lead to an open court case. You're like, yeah, go to the hospital, connect to Patrick. And no, the Aries pastor invests in the hospital. He's invested in Patrick. He loved him. All right. He's invested in this, the AI, the cloning, the Aquarius woman, Latoya, okay, Tatiana. He's invested in this. He wants you to know that, okay? He's been on the run for being invested in the setups, all the criminals as well. He goes and preaches to the criminals and keeps them out of jail, okay? He's a great, great God, all right? To the Libra. You're never going to see nothing like it. You're like, no. This church? You're never going to see nothing like this church. This church is really some TV shit, bro. It's like unreal. It's like, I can't believe this is church. Something here is like, there might be a bitch or a nigga drinking at that motherfucker. Might slide you a glass in that motherfucker. For the actual, I feel like, first Sundays, you're like, yeah. For the first Sunday, I feel like they don't drink the grape juice. For communion, I feel like they drink real alcohol, wines, and you're like, yeah, Henny, anything, nigga, any. All right, somebody here will take it off. So I feel like it's like that. You never see nothing like it. People are drinking during the meal time when you have a dinner after you can eat and you can go downstairs and enjoy the food. Somebody be serving liquor. Somebody, it's like, man, selling drugs. I'm telling you, it's okay. You ain't going to jail. You ain't going to hell. You do that. And it's some real hood shit. Never seen nothing like it. I'm like, what the fuck? It's ghetto. Hey, so I want to go to Streamer University. So what's the solution? What do I have to do? Bounce that ass? Yeah, because I feel like I have to sign something or talk to someone, or I feel like it's who you know. You're like, I don't know. What do I have to do? See, when I ask what do I have to do, it's like the shit I have to do is it's like nothing. It's like, for real, you don't have to do anything. You just got to be proud of yourself. Be the shit. It's going to come around. Something's calling me. So it's like, I didn't call on Streamer University. Spirit said no. Streamer University called on me. Do you want me to go, Spirit, or do you want me not to go? I want to go. You're like, yeah, if it's calling on me. You feel like if I go, just don't get attached emotionally. Don't fall in love. You're like, yeah, There gonna be some daddies there. Ha! You stupid Spirit. So fine, motherfuckers. You stupid Spirit. Okay. So don't fall in love. Don't open up your heart. Okay. Yeah. So that's their advice. If you go, keep it P. All right? Because the tourists. Okay. Keep it P, my nigga. I will, Spirit. Yeah, just work. Go there to learn and work. Keep it P. There's gonna be a lot of niggas trying to holler at this bitch. Hey. I know. I'm not gonna flirt with you. Okay? I'm not there for that. So I should go if I'm able to do that. Like, if I'm able to keep it P, Spirit, like, go. And don't get your heart involved. And somebody gonna wanna make me a girlfriend. You're like, yeah. Somebody want me to be a girlfriend. We ain't doing all that. Yeah. Oh my God. And so I feel like that's everything I needed to know. Thank you, Miki. I got a new subscriber. Their name is Miki. Miki subscribed to my channel an hour ago. It shows me. So we show love to you, Miki. Thank you guys so much in the chat for those who be commenting. Thank you. Let me get faded and then I'll respond. I'll read the chat when I'm all done talking, okay? And I get faded. You're like, why do you need to fade? Because, okay? I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me I'm antisocial. And so I only socialize when I feel like I need to. And so I don't feel like I need to talk to people today. But if people want to talk, I want to talk to people, be open, then I'm going to be comfortable doing that. So it takes sometimes liquor courage. You're like, yeah, or it takes time for me to warm up. I get really nervous. I get really shy. And I hate that about myself. I've been trying to work on that for forever. I'm like, why am I so shy? I don't know. I don't be wanting to say the wrong thing, but it's crazy though. It's something that I've already done is coming back around. And so that's confirmation for me that I belong doing things. And sometimes I just don't be feeling like I'm supposed to be in certain places. The spirit be like, nah, you could go there, you could take off and be different. And I'll be like, okay, you could be different, be the enigma. I don't know. And so I'm grateful you guys find some sort of interest in me. Okay. But yeah, we getting him caught up. You're like, yeah, the Aries, that was your confirmation. If you needed it, you got it. Uh, uh, mm-hmm. Let's see if Spirit want me to say anything else before I read the comments. And I'll read the comments. I'm gonna read it, respond, and I'm gonna go. Might be late, but at least I checked them out. I'm gonna try to do that every time before I get off. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna respond to them. They're like, yeah, yep. Try to stay engaged with the audience. All right. Anything else, or is that everything? Connected to my dreams. All right. So I don't know if this is currently going on. This is getting ready to happen. But somebody about to piss you off. Could be done with an Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn. I feel like you're gonna tell somebody the truth about something. You could be talking to a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or just somebody who resonates with you or feels your pain. This person understands you when you get mad. So I feel like you talking to somebody, telling somebody what you think about something or how you feel about something, because somebody trigger you, they piss you off, or they rub you the wrong way. It's not just you, it's a lot of people. Could be doing with the Virgo. It's not just you, it's a lot of people. Aries. So you're not the only one who don't trust somebody. Somebody's a thief, they're a liar, they're a criminal. All right. They're on the run. Don't tell them where you going, where you going. Cause with the Aquarius, haha, Aries, the Sagi. Where you going, where you going. All right, so there's somebody in your family, or there's somebody who's connected to your family. If they're not in your family, they're just connected to the family. Yeah, kudos with the Cancer. They're on the run, and there's a group of people in the family or in this group who don't trust somebody. They all think the same about somebody. They feel like somebody's trying to get away with something or trying to trick them, or they're like, yeah. And I feel like every time the family or people in this group try to talk to somebody or try to be around somebody start running away. It's almost like an energy of knowing when you're guilty. Kudo with the Libra. Hee Leo. And it's like when you know you're wrong, or when you know you're guilty, or when you know, you're like, yeah, like somebody knows. You're like, yeah. Yeah, Spirit said they are hiding you on YouTube. You guys are hiding me? Yeah. Was somebody, Miki saw me. Miki, you're like, yeah, she followed me, stink. So it don't matter if you hide me. Spirit gonna guide people to me, you stink raggedy ass. All right. Yeah, something has to do with protecting the children, protecting the family, protecting the community. You're mad because the bitch or niggas getting the message. All right, so YouTube blocked me. You're like, they shut you up. Yeah, they stopped me from notifying people that I'm online because they're mad. Because the family's not happy with this information. They're getting too many receipts. They're getting too many confirmations. They're getting too many. It's too many. All right, we're not liking it. No liking, no bueno. All right, so it's causing anger, fear, and people. It's causing distance. People running away from you when you're around them, or when you try to talk to them. Something is funny because it's like somebody knows they're wrong. It's like, you know you're guilty because you're running. We all know because you're running from us. Like, where are you going? Who the Scorpio? Where's this bitch nigga running? All right. So this changes how you feel about somebody because you feel like they're running from something. You're like, they are. You can tell. You know, you're like, yeah. I gotta figure out how to get in Kai school. If I can't get in this year, I'm gonna get in next year or something. I might get denied. Somebody might say no to the Taurus. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I don't like you. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So yeah, somebody's not gonna say nothing to you about why they're running away or why they're distancing themselves from you, because yeah, somebody feels like they're caught. You know, it's like an energy like, what? I feel like somebody's just trying to maintain control over their emotions and over shit, because it's like over their mind and their emotions and their actions, because it's like they're running from their own demons. So this person's scared. Who, the Capricorn? Virgo. And they don't know how to be around people because it's like they when they're around you guys or the family or whatever this is, their demons get stronger. Like they could feel their negative energy heavier now. This is how they know they're caught up, because they could feel your anger towards their energy. And it's like they don't know how to control their energy around you. So in order to maintain control of their energy, because it's a demon inside of them, you know, like I can't really, that shit's real. That shit's real. Good, the Virgo, Aries. So it's like Capricorn. Somebody can't maintain that demon, they just run. The demon's gonna run away because the light is being shown and shined on this demon, because the Leo. So when you shine light on the demon gets scared of the light. They run from it. They was so used to being in the darkness and so comfortable being in the dark for so long. Because the Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, and now it's like you shine a light on my demons, so somebody's scared. The demons start to run away because they don't want to be seen. You like, no, nah, not demons. The point of a demon is to trick you, is to not be seen, is to be invisible. That's the point of a demon, is to move in silence, be invisible, not be seen, not knowing they're coming. They creep up on you, make you think somebody else is doing it, but the whole time it's somebody else doing it. It's meant to control the situation. So somebody lost control because people figured them out. They saw that somebody sees, you see somebody's a demon. You're like, yeah, that's a demon. They're a trafficker. That's what's really significant. All right, you're part of the pizza gang because Saji, and your family's too protected, or your legacy for like somebody to just get away with this. Spirit gonna guide you to the information because there's a lot of people who's being um, tricked or tested or abused. Yeah, something's blowing up. So there's a lot of people being tricked, tested, abused because of the cancer. And now it's causing you to remember things from the past that could have happened where this person may have ran from something or avoided things. Like you see how much somebody runs from when things come out about them. They run from shit. And they try to pray the truth away. Why are you trying to pray the fucking truth away? With an Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Cancer. Why are we praying the truth away? Pray the truth away. And help the devil stay. You stupid pastor. So people be trying to pray the truth away. And they be needing to find more ways. They be needing to find more ways to, like, you know, stay in the game. You're like, yeah. So I feel like you're being protected majorly. I feel like anytime you and your family or people who are connected, this group who's connected to this person who's on the run or who's running from the truth, but they want to try to say that they are the truth or try to teach the truth, but bitch, your nigga, you're not living in it, you're not speaking it, you're not. So that person, they realize that your intuition's gonna fight for you. I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna start getting stronger intuitive messages because I feel like the ancestors are angry. Like your ancestors, they don't like you being fooled or like being made to look dumb or like being played with, especially when it comes down to your mind and your finances. Like they want to protect your mind and your finances as much as possible. That's one thing about it, because somebody wants you to always be able to think logically. They don't want people to be able to trick you. And so when they see you're being deceived or tricked or played with, they get mad and they start talking to you more about what's going on. You're like, yeah, they don't like that. They feel like that's disrespectful. How dare you? Like, I ain't finna tell on you to this bitch or nigga you trying to play with or set up or lie to. So they start giving you messages or information or memories or downloads or dreams or visions, and it helps you connect the dots fast, and somebody at this point, like I said, they just trying to pray it away. Could the Aries, Gemini, Capricorn, Pisces, somebody want to pray away and make the truth go away. Like, let's keep acting like the truth is a lie and the lie is a truth. It's like, no. And then nah. Okay, good Pisces, Aries. So that's not working no more. You're like, no. Somebody feel like as long as they keep praying and they stay, something's not gonna go away. So this causes you're gonna notice people running from you because people, their demons can feel your energy. They can feel that you have a aura around you that's like protecting you, like a shield. And it's like an energy of like, don't play with me, don't lie to me, don't try to set me up, don't try to, like, don't try to, you're like, yeah, like somebody feels like you're in control of yourself at this point. They don't control you no more. So when they realize they've lost control, they get scared. You just got to know that that's your confirmation. Somebody's done with you. You're like, they're done. It's over. That's the end. Kudos to Gemini, Capricorn, because like that's the end of the friendship or the connection or the. You're like, yeah, because somebody gets it. They're not stupid. So when they realize you're not, they get it and they get scared and they get quiet and they start acting different towards you because they can read you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's intuitive. Kudos to Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. They can read people. Like somebody's not stupid. So it's like they could tell when their demons can read people's light. So they could tell when light is being shined on them coming from another person, or they could tell when somebody here don't like them because they figured them out. Like somebody can feel it. They know. They're not stupid. Trust me. They've been able to make people dumb for this long. I feel like if you're able to make a bitch or a nigga a dummy, then you're not a dummy. You're pretty smart to make somebody else dumb. Okay, kudos to Cancer by Scorpio. Hee hee hee. All right. So that's really concerning for them. Just expect the communication to end. Expect more people to follow people or follow the bad guys, but they don't have connections with bad people. Expect your absence or your awareness to a situation. Expect for that to cause someone to not be able to keep up with like a persona or like a false energy. Somebody here is having a hard time. They're gonna have a hard time talking to people after you figure them out or you show them, you see them, or like they start running from you. They're gonna have a hard time talking to people, opening up to people, connecting with people. So even if they try to work a job or minister or like stay a part of the fight or the competition, they don't get results because people are unable to connect with someone because they don't talk at this point a lot. They don't know how to they don't know how to remain social in social dynamics. So I think that's significant. It causes them to lose a following or lose people. You're like, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. It's like they get happy because people are like celebrating somebody who's a criminal. They don't really, it's other people who are unaware that this person is a criminal or that somebody has a past, but they follow this person. So somebody's like, haha, they think that they're getting away with something, they're outsmarting people. But when people come or when people join, they're not able to connect with people. There's no emotional connection because somebody has a hard time communicating because they can't forget about the fact that you know something. So no matter how much attention they get, no matter how many people follow them, they can't forget that you know something. They don't want people to question you either. Like they're worried about somebody asking you questions about their past or about experiences you had with them as to why you could be angry at them or your family or these people. You're like, yeah, through the Sagittarius, Pisces. So it's like an energy of somebody still getting away with something and people don't know, but they're following this person. You know, or you're not following somebody at this point, but people don't know. And it's like somebody starts to get proud of themselves. They have a hard time connecting with these people because they haven't dealt with their demons. And now I see people asking you questions about somebody, and you're gonna tell people the truth. And this is what somebody's worried about is like people going deeper. Hee 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 hee. People getting information on a bitch or a nigga. People going deeper on a bitch or a nigga. People, you're like, yeah, this is what somebody been worried about. What you're gonna say about them. I feel like whatever you say is gonna be shocking. I feel like you got receipts. Something's also gonna be funny. All right, cool with the Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces. But it is the truth. Somebody need to hear it. I feel like you're gonna tell the truth about a bitch or a nigga. People gonna ask you questions because they're having a hard time connecting with somebody, or people having a hard time here. All right. And you have things to say. You have receipts and information. And so people are interested in hearing what you have to say about somebody at this point, because something gets interesting when you're talking about it. But yeah, you're telling somebody the truth. You're like, yeah. So people leave this person behind because things start coming out. Like, this is what they're worried about, is what's going to come out about me. The truth that you guys, your family, or your racial class was deceived by these people, or you're disappointed in these people because they didn't treat you right and they try to devalue you or rob you or rape you or something. Kudo with the Capricorn, Scorpio, Sagi, and Leo. You've been having to, somebody here, you've been having to be patient and wait on something that you're owed. Because somebody's lying about robbing you. So that's all you know is like the truth. You don't got time to be, yeah, you're like, all I could tell you is the truth about this bitch or nigga. You don't got time to be around somebody and you don't got time to care about what they do. I just feel like you know somebody's running from you at that point. And other people gonna be asking you questions and you gotta tell people the truth. You're like, yeah. So just be ready for that. Yeah. That's everything. You're like, yeah, that's every. I feel like that's everything. That's all you need to know. Yeah. That's gonna piss you off, especially if you're not religious. Somebody gonna try to just keep doing more events, keep doing more church events, more gatherings, more parties, or more work events, or more. Like, somebody's just gonna keep turning up to distract people from going off. All right. Make sure you don't get distracted. Make sure you don't allow people to just turn you up to distract you from going off, or just spoil you to distract you from going off, or like getting to the point. All right. Somebody here might just buy you something to shut you up. It's like somebody here finds ways to like stay in the game. So make sure that you're like, yeah, you're not being persuaded. What's the comments say? Nothing. Sosa Ribeiro. Question no Juno. Okay. And Bobby Hogan Ministry, the pastor and his wife, Arkansas. He a 33-degree Mason. He is an Aries. The pastor wife is an Eastern Star. The pastor wife is an Eastern Star. Crash guy said, my dreams are wild, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting too faded, for real. Yeah, you got a good intuition, fast. Okay, wait, let's start with, okay, I'm here. Let's start with Sosa. I don't know what Crescer means. What language is that, right? Yeah, you guys, this shit is crazy. Crescer definition. You know what it said on Google? You're like, what? Oh wait. A disinvolver, a progressive amente. What the fuck? English. To grow. It means to grow. It's Portuguese. And so you said to grow, North Node and Juno. What planet is that? But yeah. I don't know. I feel like he speaks Portuguese. Yeah, I don't get it. But it means to grow. So nice, nice, nice. Okay. Um, I don't think we're talking about the same person, and I feel like the person I was talking about connected to Anne. It's nice she's talking about somebody else, but I feel like the person I'm talking about, no, he's connected to California. He would have to be. He would have to be. All right. And then crash out. I feel like you should write your dreams down so you can get more clarity on them. You can go deeper. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. You're like, yeah. Mm. What is she talking about? The Ann lady. Is she onto something? No, that's a different man. That's a different Aries. You're like, yeah. Yeah, yeah. They're not the same Aries. Are we talking about different Aries? The same one connected to. Right. Is it different Aries? Could the Leo? We're talking about different Aries. All right, so that's good. Good the Libra. All right. I read the comments. I feel like I figured it out. At this point, I'm faded a little bit. You're like, yeah. I'm feeling myself. Um, I can't believe this information. It's freaking blowing my mind. And let me see. Let me just check her out. Yeah, nah. Bobby Hogan's church. That shit got what do you call it? Credibility. This church don't. Yeah, this church hide too much. That's why I was saying it's this church because the church I think it is because that church be hiding too much. And so whatever that is, I feel like it's the one that be hiding. You're like, yeah. Yep. I feel like they be hiding information about who they are, what because they got a lot of criminals there. They really don't want you to find them, but there's people who are celebrity criminals or celebrities that go to this church out in Cali. And so I feel like if this pastor is that well known, he should be showing his face more. But I feel like he's not because he a part of some shit. You're like, yeah, when you usually a part of some shit, you want to stay out of shit as much as possible. The only thing you want to be a part of is organizations. You're like, yeah, things connected to the children. You're like, yeah, somebody here don't want to be a part of nothing that can get them caught up, locked up, or in jail. Make them a target or anything. All right. Is Winsky an old head? Is he young? The Virgo? Is he old? Why does that sound like an old head name? You're like, yeah, it do spirit. It do Winsky. Sound old head. Is he old head? Is he young? He old head. I felt like he was old head. Could the Libra. Saji. Yeah, that's how you know this bitch died and came back to life over and over and over again because I was over here seeing people who were nigga 70 years old today, 80 years old, 60 years old. And it was crazy. I was seeing them at younger ages, dreaming of the past. That's when I knew something was off with what they explained about the dream state. They lied to me. I had to figure the dream state out on my own. And so somebody been trying to challenge me on my truth with the dream state. And at this point I've been able to crack it, but yeah, they had sent me many dreams of some shit. And I couldn't explain it. It was like, yeah. It was of things from the past though, like in my city, in my state, in different countries, but it was like of locations that if it was in my state and my city, it was cool because it was locations that I can go to today because they look similar but different and they had different names to them and they were owned by different people. And so it's nice because now when I go to the dream state and I can register those past building and infrastructures and designs and things like that, people will be like, it's crazy. I'll talk to somebody who's over the age of 60 and they'll be like, no, I remember that place was set up like that. That place used to be called that. And so I've been able to get names of locations from what they used to be called because I know what they're called today and I know the way they looked at those times. And people be just amazed. They'll be like, "Wow, I'm so surprised that you can see that in your dream, the past." And they say like how I can see things that they've really experienced is what scares them. Is like like that's something I really did. I really went there and like, when it was like that, when it looked like that. And I'll just be like, yeah, man, I'm one of the old heads. Like, you gotta give me credit, old heads. We got something to talk about. We got something in common. No. Hee. So the other heads and I be connecting because I be dreaming of old times. I be like, man, I have dreams from the 50s, from the 70s, from the 90s, from the 80s, from the 60s, all the way down. Like it never ends. So I can communicate with them about past experiences because my dreams will show me past events and experiences, and so I gain a lot of knowledge with that. But I be amazed, and I amaze them because they be giving me confirmation. They'll get the confirmation like, "What? You've seen?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm reincarnated, old head. I've been here before. I'm supposed to be your age, old head. Your age a little older, some old head, but I died. I came back to life, old head." I be trying to tell them reincarnation is real and like that shit is possible. If I'm able to see the past, I'm able to see train stations and all type of shit like that isn't around today, that isn't running today. Like, how are you able to see a train station that's not even running today? Yeah, I wrote it in a past life. I dreamed of them. Oh, yeah. And they be like, that's scary, because they'll start to think about how they can reincarnate. I want them to know it's true. You do. You come back, and that's just how it works. I haven't been able to stop it. I don't think people can really stop it until they get back to the metaphysical. I feel like that's the only way you can stop death is being in an everlasting place, and you have to be there in like an actual metaphysical body or physical body. And I feel like that's the only way. So when they talk about getting to the moon or going to the moon, we hear about stories about people going to the moon, but there's arguments about how that's not true. That's not possible. And I feel like it's because they haven't. I feel like it's not true. And I feel like when they say go to the moon, I feel like they mean going back to the metaphysical. I feel like that's the true hidden place. You're like, yeah. And they know that it's easier to get there than just a rocket ship. It's not rocket science. When people say that, that's what they mean. They'll try to make something seem harder so that you can work hard to get to it or you can feel like it's impossible. And it's like generating these false dreams, false hopes so that people don't try to make it out. And so you find out it is possible. There's other ways. There's portals and all type of things that can lead you to different places. Time travel. You're like, yeah, absolutely. And so people try to make it seem like, no, we're just trying to get to the moon. But how do we even know the moon is able to be accessed through any ship, any plane, just like we can't access the sun through any ship, any plane. So it doesn't matter what type of flying object we use. Nobody's ever been able to access the sun. Nobody can access the moon. When it comes down to real time, you're like, yeah, absolutely not. And so I feel like that's not how we access it. You know what I'm saying? Something's just a construct. And yeah, they want to make things real. And so you don't feel like it's possible to get to it. But that's what I realized. It is possible. They just have too many secretive ways that they go about doing things so that everybody can experience it or have access to it because it's amazing, you know? And so my dreams are confirmation. I'm sure your dreams are confirmation. Like you said, Crash GNX. You're like, yeah, like I'm sure your or GXD. Yeah. I'm sure your dreams are confirmation. You're like, yeah, you said loops and repeats for real. I understand that. Yeah, it's like the movie Spider-Man, and people will keep coming back and doing things in different ways, but there's other people who still live in those times or those experiences that you've descended out of, you completely transformed and traveled out of, and now you're in a new body, but you're coming back around those people, but they live in a different time than you. And what I mean by that is like a different age. You know, you're like, yeah, they're a different age than you because they lived in a different time than you, but you used to live in that time with them, and they're scared because you're remembering those times, and it's like, no, no, no. Wait, so I'm scared old heads because I can remember those times, and they be like, like you came back, like, what? Yeah, I was one of you. I was your age. It's just like Spider-Man. Like we're coming back, and you guys are still here in a different universe mentally. The universe is all in your mind for real. They be in a different world mentally, and it's like, but you have to start over and live in a new world, a new age because you got taken out of their world, taken out of their age, taken out of you. Like, yeah, somebody killed you, you just died, or whatever happened, it caused you to start over. So it's amazing to me, but it never stops. I haven't seen it stop until we've been able to fly again, have actual angels where we could see their halos glowing, to where we could see the metaphysical things that they say only happens on movies. And in movies, you're like, yeah, we could see people shapeshift from animal to lion, or from animal to tiger, from animal to bear, for animal or to human, excuse me. We could see them shapeshift from human to bear and all that, human to lion and tigers. And that's when you know you made it back home. When like you can do things that, if you haven't seen people do that in your dreams, I'm so sorry for you. Spirit ain't giving you no information. Like if you haven't even seen a lion or like embodiments of animals or people in your eyes, your foresight, then I don't know what to tell you. Like if you haven't been laying down and saw a shadow of an animal or a human, if you haven't been sitting down and saw something pop up, it like a movie, you know, you're like, yeah, it's a, as they would call, a ghost. Then I don't know, I feel bad for you. You haven't seen nothing. You have not seen anything yet. You're like, no, hell no. And when you see shit like that, you won't be able to believe it. When you start to see, oh my gosh, it's not even just happening in your dreams no more. And then you get scared. I gotta go. I gotta go handle something. But yeah, when you see it's not happening in your dreams no more, you start to get scared because something become more real for you. And so just know that people are gonna get angry because you're gonna get stronger messages. Things are gonna get more real for you. And, you know, it's crazy. I didn't really talk to you guys about it, but it really did surprise me. I can tell you guys now. I really don't. I don't care. Whatever, whatever. But it really did surprise me. It was a dream I had. He's a streamer. It was of a streamer, and I've dreamed of this motherfucker often. I've dreamed of this person a lot. They're a celebrity, and it was this nigga DDG, right? You're like, yeah. And in the dream, he had he had been doing something on YouTube, and he got on live. He did a live video on YouTube, right? It was crazy because in the dream we were in this crib. I never been in this crib in my life. It wasn't like a fat ass crib. It was a 2-story house, and it was just like a crib, you know, like comfortable. You could tell it was like either in the suburbs or something. It was comfortable though. It was nice, but it wasn't like really big. But it was 2 stories, and he was on the top floor, and he was going on YouTube live, and I saw his caption, like his title. You're like, yeah, and it talked about how he was gonna read people. Yeah, I swear to God. And I thought I was tripping when I woke up. That's why I didn't tell you guys about it. Cause I thought, like, is this drugs, bro? Like, you know, I don't know. Cause he wasn't using cards, but he was doing free readings. He was doing readings on YouTube Live. I'm too faded for this. And so DDG, and he was doing readings on YouTube Live. When he was doing the readings, this shit was funny as hell. When he was doing the readings, he was going live, and people were chiming in, and it was like they really asked him questions, and he was really answering it, and it was crazy. I got to see this nigga do readings. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life, but in my dreams, this shit happened in a past life. And he was doing it on YouTube, and they was asking him questions about their love life. You're like, yeah, these. This nigga was giving them readings. They was asking about their love life. They was asking about they finances, their future, nigga. They was asking DDG. And he had no cars or nothing. It was just his face. And he was telling it. He would close his eye. He would read the question, and he would close his eye. All right, okay, hold on. Let me think. And he would close his eyes. He was like, "Give me a second." You know, he tried to get his shit together. I feel like he was really seeing something. You're like, yeah, this nigga's a smoker, bro. I feel like he really saw something, bro. Like something was funny as fuck. And he started telling them what he was seeing and what he was hearing and shit. You're like, I feel like he got an intuition, bro. I feel like this nigga can hear shit or see shit. It's a gift. I feel like he don't need cards. You're like, no, I feel like he really gifted. Because in the dream he was. And that shit was funny as fuck. People were asking about, is Da gonna be with me? And then I'm like, what the fuck? How would he know that, right? You know, like just from the top of his head. He closed his eyes. All of a sudden he starts saying shit. Yeah, I was laughing at this nigga, bro. That shit was funny as hell. I was crying at this nigga, bro. And I remember running down the stairs. I got sick of this motherfucker because I'm like, he cold, bro. This nigga cold. That he was. And so I got irritated with him because the people loved it. They loved it. This nigga telling them their future. I just ran down the stairs. That's how I knew it was 2-story. Because I went down the stairs after getting irritated with him answering questions and shit. Like, how you know that, nigga? How you know? I went and I saw that there was people downstairs, a couple people downstairs, a little girl downstairs with this light skinned girl, other people. And so I was like, yeah, this nigga's reading the future. I was like, he's over here reading. He's reading upstairs. He's telling me with the future. I said, I be using this. What I said in the dream, like I be using the cards. He don't use cards. This nigga just use his mind. Nigga, all he gotta do is think, and come out. So I didn't know if he was telling the truth or not. I feel like he saw something. Was he really seeing shit? That shit was funny as fuck. I never tapped in with that. It's for real sounds like what I do. It could be what you do, nigga. All right, you could be like this nigga. Everlasting parallel shits. Yeah. You saw the grid? Was the grid connected to the atoms, like different elements and atoms? Did it have like imagery of the atoms or the elements or the periodic table? They're like their symbols connected to their atoms. And yeah, you might connect with this nigga. That shit's weird as fuck. Right? So I feel like did he really know the future, or was he, could he really see? Or was he just saying that? Was he just like playing, bro? I be feeling like people be playing about this shit. This shit's not funny. I went downstairs. I got irritated. Like, nigga, you don't know. Pissing me off, bro. I can't stand it. You don't got no other clarifier? No, just my mind. They gonna believe it. They was cheering this nigga the fuck on. They loved it. Yeah, yeah. Bro, on my soul, they loved his little chat. Okay, wait. Was he really reading the future? Or was he lying? I want to know. Did he really know spirit? Was that a real gift? Or was he just trying to be funny, bro? Just trying to piss me the fuck off. No, it's a gift. He could really do that. Okay? It's interesting. So he could read the future. You could ask me. Oh my gosh. Clarify the Three of Swords. Who's a Scorpio? Clarify the Three of Swords. He wouldn't tell people, so it took him a while. He can really do it, but he wouldn't tell people that he would do that in the past. I don't know why the fuck. It's like he would just think. All right, but no, did those things really happen, or was he just making shit up? Was he lying? No, he was not lying. It really happened. He could read the future. So we do laugh because the Libra DDG could read the future. This nigga didn't need no cards. I was angry. You're jealous? You're like, yeah, good tourist. I was, bro. Like, shut this nigga the fuck down. Shut him up. And they loved him. Tell us more. Is that really gonna be with me? Who gives a fuck, bro? This nigga would. Yes, he'll be back. Dumb as fuck. And so they really trusted him. You're like, yeah. He had clout. He was a reader. And it was just through his mind. He shut the fuck up. He closed his eyes. He opened it and tell you the answer. And you're just like amazed. Like, what the fuck? This nigga. Yeah. But he kept it a secret until he felt comfortable. I got mad when he started to do it online. Like, bro, who do you think you fucking are? So it looks like he could do that. You're like, yeah, it's a gift. All right. Next up, y'all. What's okay, wait. All right, I get jealous. Yeah, so that's everything. Yeah. Nah, he was reading the future because I got the same gift. Yeah, it was periodic ass table shit. Yeah, that's what I saw crash. Yeah, that's what I saw. It looked like it was atoms. I remember when I saw him, it was like connected to oxygen, not water. It was connected to the O2 system, like oxygen, and it was oxygen's atoms and like things like that. It was connected to the atoms and the elements and periodic table stuff, and like you're like, yeah. And it took me there, like it took me to like the atoms and like, yeah, that's significant. Yeah. I never seen the Matrix monks. I seen the Buddha. I got to see Buddha. He came to me. He's real. He's a man of color, and he's not fat. Yeah. So he was really. So DDG was really reading the future. You got the same gift, Crash. You could read the future. Something here is like backfiring. Could the Taurus? Leo. I feel like anybody who can, these people are scared of you. Don't remind them that they can do that. He could in the past life. I'm not gonna lie about it. Did he need to take any shrooms or anything to like enhance his gift? Yeah. He did. He had to get on psychedelics. He took psychedelics. I could do it too. He had to get drunk or higher off the psychedelic to the Scorpio, Ace of Swords. So he did take something like how I be taking shit. But I feel like he was on some other shit. Interesting. What's your nationality, Crash? Right? Right. Every time I see your name, it make a bitch want to crash out. Okay. Yeah. No, that's true. You're right, Spirit. When I be on the shrooms, I be seeing shit. I can't help it. Like, my intuition be ringing. I be hearing shit, seeing shit. That's why you gotta be careful with the shrooms. I'm telling you, my cousin, this nigga took some shrooms. He took some shroom bars. It was right after losing his granny. He lost granny. This nigga took his shroom bars. He started seeing granny walking with him around the house. That nigga said, hey, granny. As I seen this nigga, I said, I was in the house with him. Like, granny's not here, cousin. Cousin's like, hey, granny, what you talking about, granny? You following me, granny? I'm like, nigga, granny is passed on. You just told me granny died. I thought granny passed away. And so he started to see granny. It fucked him up. You're like, yeah. He got it because granny was trying to talk to him. He didn't realize, like, he couldn't. All right, so he couldn't get a sense of reality or a sense of death. You're like, yeah, he didn't realize granny was not alive no more. He thought she was really still around. So you gotta be careful with that shit because it could change your reality. It could alter your reality. I'm white as fuck. I smoke / ate an ounce or pound of shrooms. Can't remember. You try shrooms? What was I'm white as fuck. What was what did they taste like? What was the shrooms like, the experience? I know what they taste like if you just ate the shrooms, but what was the experience like? But yeah, this nigga was eating them out of a bar. That shit was funny as fuck. He started seeing granny, but he was eating them out of an actual candy bar, like a chocolate bar, so it had more taste to it. It was good. These people was making good ass shroom bars, and they was over saturating them with, you're like, yeah, with the psychedelic drugs, yeah, like it was way too strong for Cuddy. I'm like, Cuddy, you barely ate all of it. You're over here talking about granny's walking with you. This nigga talking to granny coming down the hallway. This nigga granny's over here showing him things about the flowers outside. I'm like, granny, that shit's scary. We gotta be careful with that shit. So somebody here, people do that though. They'll take the shrooms, the drugs, the alcohol, and it'll help them have a closer connection with their spiritual guides. You're like, yeah. Motherfuckers are seeing shit, all type of weird shit. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one for white on whites. Yeah, penis envy is always good. I never had acid though, but I heard about, because I used to Google and YouTube different psychedelics, and so I heard about a lot of the different type, even like DMT. You're like, yeah, man, all of them. I would watch people take them for fun on YouTube, on different videos. After I would learn about it, I would watch people take it and see their reactions in like video form. And it's like some of them, it's like you might as well took shrooms because they don't be lasting long. Like their high don't last long. Their euphoric sense, it doesn't last long. Like they don't get the intuition for long. It's like they don't get the high sense, that's being regulated for long. It comes and it comes in strong and then it just goes away. And I'm like, you're not high no more. You're not regulating or activating that other side or that other universe no more. And it just goes away. And that sucks. When it comes in so strong when it comes in. It's like you get all these downloads, all this information at one time, all these messages, and then just goes away. I like that about shrooms because it don't just go away. The messages keep coming, the downloads, the information. It just depends. But yeah, usually those ones, they don't last for long. They be quick. Okay. Yeah. So it's crazy. Don't do anything harder anymore. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, no, I feel like the highest I'll go is shrooms because it's like long. Like I said, it lasts a good amount of time. For me, it'd be lasting because my body type, it can last me a good 6 to 8 hours. So that's nice. But it also teaches me and it doesn't like drain me. I'll have a hard time going to sleep on shrooms. Like I don't sleep when I'm on the shrooms. I'm awake. Because I feel like I'm usually just getting information. I can't control it. And so everything's connected. And so, but I haven't done shrooms in so long. You're like, yeah, it's been a long time. Over a year, for sure. For sure. It's been a while. But I like to do them when it's like, when it comes down to me just wanting to get away from the world and like go to a spiritual place. But it's like also a visible place. It's like I could see spirits all around me. You start to see your ancestors. You get proud. And so they give you information. You can't reject the love. Like the frequency can get so high, you just want to cry. It's kind of like when you're at a church service and like they're doing praise and worship and the music in the frequency, because the music is so empowering or it's so comforting. It gives you a sense of joy and you start crying and you can't stop crying. You can barely talk. You start shaking. You feel the presence of something and it's a love that's overwhelming. And so that's how I could feel. I feel like that without the shrooms. What I'm saying, on the shrooms, it is intensified because you could see. It's like you can't help but to see what's going on around you, and you'll see ancestors and loved ones. You'll see shit and you'll just cry. You'll see things that blow your mind and you'll just be so grateful because the love, it's like the frequency so high. But you don't need music or nothing. You're like, no, you just got to live in the present. You don't need no music, none of that. You just got to live in it. So it's different. But I haven't done it in a while because it's something I used to ascend. I feel like if you're not doing it to ascend, don't use shrooms. For sure. I don't know about none of the other shit, but when it comes down to shrooms and weed, if you're not using it to ascend, don't use it. Because it's just going to make you dumb. It's going to turn you into a dummy. You ain't going to want to be no dummy. And so, but if like you gaining knowledge and you also able to give knowledge, yeah, smoke that shit, eat that shit. But no, you don't need it. It's just nice to have it when you have like moments where you want to go above and beyond, and you kind of want to get away and evolve. It's like, you're like, yeah, it's just another way to evolve. You don't have to do it, but it's just a way you can. It's a different feeling, and so it's nice. You said that a couple of years you was fucking with meth. What the fuck? You were fucking with meth? Hee. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not good. You were doing meth? Oh my gosh. You know it's crazy? My neighbor was doing meth. He was a cook. He was a chef doing the meth. All right. But this motherfucker was so good at cooking, you couldn't even blame this nigga for taking meth. It's so sad. But I saw the side effects from that. That's not good. You're like, what? Meth? Yeah. You stopped doing it, right? Okay. Yeah. He was such a good cook, though. You could never be mad at him for being off the meth. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with you. I knew, though, that when I was doing cheer coaching and I would go in the bathrooms and I would smell the bathrooms outside at the park where we would do our practices for cheerleading, the bathrooms always smelled like a drug that like burns, like not like weed though. It like burns like chemicals, like meth or like heroin. It always smelled like a drug that burns like a chemical. I was like, the kids would always say, Coach T, it smells like someone's doing drugs in there. And I could smell it. I said, this isn't like a party, alcohol with weed, and like, you're like, no, it's not like a party type of person. It's like somebody who do drugs to like, you like crash out. Yeah. So I feel like the kids had parents or family members who did meth and coke and crack and heroin because they could smell burning drugs. They knew like the smell of meth and like crack. You're like, yeah, they knew. They said it smelled like that, and it didn't smell like weed or cigarettes. It smelled like drugs, like somebody who does. You stupid spirit. All right, so we're done. My kids knew. They was too young to know about that shit, and it always smelled like burning rubber or burning ass or fuck. You said rotten eggs? Yeah. Burning rubber, burning ass. Okay, wait. Okay. What time is it? Oh my gosh, I missed out. I'm like, yeah. Dumb as fuck. Why'd I do that? I haven't been to the bar in like, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks going on. I'm like, fuck the bar, bro. Like the bar, bro, you're like, yeah. It started to get boring. I feel like people don't really have like, I don't know, their own business. So I realized because I stopped going to the bar. I got bored. And like I got tired of waiting on people I know to come in. I just stopped going out. So I stopped going. But it's like the bar started following me. There was people who found me outside of the bar. They found me. And I'm like, fuck, why are you looking for me? It's because people were talking about me at the bar. Spirit told me to stop going. I stopped going because Spirit told me to because I was getting bored. Spirit like, just stop going then. I'm like, all right, I'll stop going. And then people from the bar, they start hitting me up and shit. They start finding me. They're like, yeah. They get my name. I had to delete my Facebook, all type of shit. And people got my name, and they over here talking about me because word around town was that I was talking to somebody's nigga at the bar. I wasn't talking to nobody's nigga, and so but that was the conversation. Was like, you been fucking with somebody's nigga, and I wasn't. I ain't talked to nobody's nigga. I ain't been talking to nobody. You feel me? I be on my own. I be on my lonely. So it's like, if I see you in the moment, it's cool. I saw you, but I'm not finna take you home with me to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, like, to where it's like I'm gonna take anything serious out of me just interacting with you or seeing you or getting to know you for the one time. And so I had met some people, and niggas was mad because it was like, yeah, like, that nigga got a girlfriend. I'm like, okay, like, he can have his girlfriend. I'm not trying to take her nigga, bro. Niggas was mad because niggas wanted to fuck with me. But they was thinking that I was talking to somebody who they knew was fucking with somebody else. It's cool. And that's why I was like, nah, it's not like that. Like, I want to fuck with you even on my worst day. You feel me? Like, I wouldn't fuck with you even on my birthday. Nigga, like, you're the type of nigga I just want to fuck with in general. It don't take this nigga for me not to fuck with you. You feel me? So somebody here can't take that. That's too much. But that's how I feel. Like, I want to fuck with you on my worst day, on my birthday, nigga. And so this nigga, he's trying to run his mouth about me and shit behind the scenes. He thinks Spirit not gonna tell me. He running his mouth about me to bitches that fuck with niggas that I don't want to fuck with. But it's like, when I'm at the bar, I want to at least talk to people that's able to, like, it's like black people. I want to talk to black people. So if there's five white people at the bar, but there's 15 black people, I want to be able to talk to the people who look like me. You feel me? You're like, yeah, I want to interact with black people. Even if those black people are interacting with white people, I don't care. I still would want to interact with black people. Even if those white people wanted to interact with me, I would still want to be interactive with black people because it just feel like home. It's nothing. It just feel like family, like cousin. You know, you like, yeah, like uncle, like auntie, like. So something be feeling like home, and so it's not nothing besides that because we're black. That's the truth. It's nothing besides the fact that we're black. But people be trying to make it into other shit, so they did. The white people been trying to stalk me and shit. Like, it's white people. Yeah. And they've been talking on my name, looking for me and shit. And they found me on here. They found me online, and they was like, they wanted me to know they see me. You feel me? Like, I know that you be talking to these black people, and somebody told me, Spirit showed me that somebody told people that I'm fucking with niggas. But it's like, I'm not fucking with nobody. I ain't fucking with nobody. I ain't been fucking with nobody. Like, what are you talking about? I just been cool. I just like to talk to black people. I'm sorry if that make you feel some type of way. It's nothing personal. Even if they're attractive black people, I do like talking to black people just because they look like me and they talk, they experience things that I've went through. They can resonate. It's nothing personal. But somebody want to make me feel like I'm trying to take somebody's nigga away because this nigga want to be with me, so he's telling the bitch all type of information. I'm like, stop lying, bro. So now I don't feel comfortable going to the bar. You're like, no, because people be stalkers, bro. Now you care so much because you're mad that I don't talk to white people enough. You wanna find out my name, find me on social media, hit me up, let me know that you feel me. You're like, yeah, like somebody here did the most. Yeah. What's your zodiac sign? Crash GXD. Somebody did the most though. And now I don't even want to go out no more because you're following me. The bar shouldn't be following me back home. I don't follow none of you bitches and niggas back home. That shit's crazy. When the bar start following you back home, you know there's a problem. I'm like, what's the issue? In my mind, I'm just talking to old heads. But no, in their mind, it's like, no, in their mind, it's like, nigga, you're doing some other shit, or like, I'm like, man, I'm not doing nothing but talking to people who look like me. And somebody always gonna make me feel bad. So I stopped going to the bar. You're a Virgo? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I stopped going to the bar and I was like, fuck this bar. I want to go back soon, but not till I know these niggas' energies aren't weird, bro. These niggas aren't on weird vibes. It was the white people. You're like, yeah. But they started following me, bro, back home from the bar. Trying to get my name in shit. All type of shit. You're like, yeah. So they did. They got my information. Because the white people knew black people that knew my name, that grew up with me. So I knew they were gonna get my information because they connected to these black people that grew up with me. So like somebody know my government name. You feel me? You're like, yeah. And so I ain't telling people, but somebody know my information. So somebody gonna look into me. So they did. They was talking about me, and they found me from the bar. And I was like, is this bitch coming from another state or another area, another country, or is this bitch coming from my hometown? The spirit showed me it's a white bitch. They coming from your hometown. They want you to know that they've been stalking you, connected to the bar. I'm like, fuck this bar, bro. That's weird, bro. It's because I'm pretty. Spirit said, that's right. It's because you fine as hell. You fine. And I'm like, I can't even go to the bar without you guys. Yeah, white people do be acting strange. And yeah, I can't even go to the bar without these niggas finding me outside the bar without me giving them my information. Like, it's one thing if I give you my name or like, you're like, yeah, like it's one thing if I give it to you, my IG handle or like my Facebook or like my YouTube. It's one thing if I give you but if you find me without me giving it to you, you're weird, bro. You're a stalker. It was all because of these old heads, though. It was old men. You're like, yeah, that I was talking to. They was like in their 50s, their 40s, their 60s. They was different ages. They was old niggas. They was old niggas, and they was cool. It wasn't a problem. But they didn't know. They didn't know that the bitches that they fuck with was gonna try to stalk me and be weird. Cause one time I was at the bar. It's not just white people though crash. It's crazy. It be black people too. Because one time I was at the bar and this I was talking to this black nigga. He be at the bar all the time. Like I've seen him at the bar multiple times. So it's not like he's a new face. I've seen him before. And so, but this time I was talking to him about his bike. He drives motorcycles. He ride motorcycles, and his motorcycle be clean as hell. And so, but I was telling him like I was watching people on TikTok and shit riding on their dirt bikes. I know it's not a motorcycle, but it was like a dirt bike. I was trying to tell him like, yeah, somebody was telling me that I should learn how to ride it. They could teach me, but I'd be scared because depending on your height, depends on the bike. You know, the bike it go with your height. So I was like, I gotta find somebody who's 5'3" type shit. You know, and so the dude was cool. He was laughing. He was like, "Nah, I teach you," and he was being cool as hell with me while I was out there at the bar. And so I started chilling, just talking, chatting it up with him about shit like that. He wasn't my type or nothing, but I started chopping up with him about shit like that. And he was saying, he's like, "I'll teach you. I could teach you for real." He was like, "I'm short." He laughed about that joke, like how I need somebody who's short with a short bike. He was like, "I'm short. You see my bike. I'm not too far from your height." He was like 5'5", 5'6". And so I was like, "Yeah, you're not." I said, "But your bike's too clean. I'd rather do a dirt bike." And so he was like, "No, I could teach you though if you ever serious about learning." And I took that in. All of a sudden, he's smoking with me while he's talking and shit, chopping it up. He an older nigga. He like in his late 40s. So he chopping it up with me, and he could be his early 30s too, like his early 40s. Excuse me, he could be his early 40s, but he was cool. But he was chopping it up with me, and then he's smoking with me. All of a sudden, this woman pull up. She a woman of color, but she act like I don't want to say proper because there's a difference between acting proper and acting white. She act white. It's different. Like she act like a white girl. So like she be buying these wigs and shit that look like white girl wigs, and like she'll try to talk like a white girl and like dress like a white. She'll try to be like a white girl. So she came out there in her car. She had like a Chevy or something. She came in her car and she start getting out, and she looking at me funny because this nigga is cooling. He's by his bike and we're outside smoking the blunt, and he passed it into like we're smoking. So she's looking at me like funny, like she got an issue because that's her nigga, or that's the nigga she talked to or she likes or something. I don't know. Cause I don't be thinking about that when I be talking to these niggas. I just be talking to people because they, like I said, they look like me. We got something in common. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, we black people. So it's like that's all that I think about when I be talking to them is like they can resonate with me. You know, I don't be going too deep into it. If they're attractive, but it's not like that's what's on my mind. What's on my mind is being able to talk to people who feel my pain. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at the bar, you getting drunk, you want to talk to people who could connect with you on an emotional plane. And black people usually can if they black like me. So but she couldn't. She was on some other shit. So she come up there getting out her car, walking stank. She walking up to this nigga stank as hell. And she said hi, but she passed this nigga and she going to the bar. And she acted funny already. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on with these two, but I ain't here for all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you know what I'm saying? He ain't fucking with me. But nah, she was mad. And so she had this energy. She was at the bar just trying to like act like she wasn't angry. You could tell when a bitch is an actor. And so she act like she not angry. I liked her hair though. Like her hair, her wig she had on was cute. It looked like some little southern girl shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? A black girl from the south. So I was like, she cute. And so I didn't think nothing was wrong with her at first until her attitude when she came outside again, and I'm getting ready to just figure out how I'm gonna get home. Like I'm about to get ready to go home, and somebody was in the bar like, "I'll take you," but I'm trying to figure out, all right, how I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna get this ride, and so I'm just outside trying to get my thoughts together. I'm on the phone and shit, and people start coming outside, and she come out because her niggas out there all over again. He be smoking, so he come out and start doing his thing. She come out there and she start acting weird, and she like, I told her I liked her hair. I was like, I like your hair. You know, I was like, you got a nice hairstyle. I was like, I saw it bouncing when you was walking up. I just want you to know I liked it. And she said to me, she was like, oh, oh, thank you. And she started talking to her nigga. She said, you know, all these women today really said they love my hair. And she started like talking weird. I'm like, why are you? And he did not say nothing. He didn't respond to her. Yeah, all these women today saying they really like my hair. They keep saying how it's bouncy, saying everything I was saying. I'm like, yeah, it is. They you know, in this wig, it ain't nothing but a wig. Da-da-da. I'm just like, okay. And so I stopped talking to her because she started doing too much, and he wasn't talking to her no more either. Cause what are you doing? Like, she started acting weird. I don't know what that was. So I said it. So I just finished with my phone and got back inside the bar. I went back in the bar, and I looked for the nigga who said he was gonna take me home. Like, you still want to take me? He like, no, I could take you right now. And he was an old head, so I went with this nigga. Like, yeah, let's just go. And so they was weird, bro. I'm like, it's not just white people; it be black people too. Like, they be acting weird. They think that somebody always trying to take from them, and I'm like, man, I would not have no parts to the party. You guys are weird, bro. So I noticed that. I'm like, it don't just be white people, it be black people too. Like, people think you want what they have, or you want what they want, or like, I don't know. People don't know. They don't always know, and they don't want to ask to get to know. So that ain't no help either. So I just mind my business. I go about my way. I don't be worried about what people be thinking, but it's crazy. I just noticed like a lot of people got insecurities, and these people be older than me. You're in your 30s with this type of insecurities. You're in your 40s with these type of insecurities. You're in your 50s with these type of insecurities. It's baffling. You should not be insecure like this at this grown and this old of an age. It's crazy to me. It's like, you know, and so I don't know. I feel like old heads should know that they pressure, but when they don't, they start acting weird. And now it's like you gotta change how you move, how you talk, everything, because they start to get uncomfortable or intimidated. I don't be trying to be around nobody like that. So it sucked because now I don't go to the bar no more. But I miss my niggas from the bar. You like, yeah, yeah, them niggas is cool as hell. Them niggas is funny as hell. It was really these women. It was when women would start to come, and granted, some of them invited these women. Like, I don't think they thought these women would start acting weird, start becoming stalkers, or start becoming jealous, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't think these men took that into account, that these women would start getting weird out of nowhere. I don't think they expected that. I mean, who would? But at the end of the day, that's what's going on. And it's like I can't control it, and I'm not trying to. I just want it to be clear, like, man, it sucks because I realize it follows me. Like, no matter where I go, no matter what I'm trying to do, somebody here always gonna feel like I'm competition, or like I'm a threat. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah. And it's like, I'm not trying to be that. You know, if I gotta remove myself to prove to you I don't want to be that, because you can't stop making me feel uncomfortable, then that's what it is. But people want me to know that, like, this belongs to me, or like she belongs to me, he belongs to me. It's like, you got it. I'm not claiming nothing. I'm not claiming no one. You know, you're like, yeah, I promise you, you got it. And so I've been staying out the way because I'm like, this shit getting out of hand. And my beauty is because how attractive I am. I know I'm attractive. Like, I'm not blind to that. But I also know I try to not be as, I try to, dumb my looks down, because it's like, if I really want to get popping, like these bitches, these ugly bitches be making themselves look fine as hell. It's like, if an ugly bitch can make themselves look bad, a bad bitch can make themselves look better. So I be trying to like downplay my looks, because it's like, I know how intimidating my looks can be, and that's sad. You're like, yeah, you shouldn't have to do that, but I do. It's sad. I be downplaying my looks, and it's because I know how attractive I am, and so I don't want people to feel threatened or intimidated when they see me. I don't want to. It's like naturally come off like that, and it's like, no, 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 no. Hey, you feel me? You're like, yeah, no, no, no. I'm not here for what you're here for. I don't want what you want. I'm not looking for what you're looking for. You're like, yeah, like, no, 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 no. Don't compete. Don't think I'm here to compete. Please, I promise you can have it. So I'll be trying to stay away or stay out the way as much as possible, because yeah, like, I don't want to hurt nobody, or I don't want to intimidate nobody. But I know that I can. It's too natural. It's like, all I gotta do is get cute, get dressed. I don't gotta do the most, but even if I did, it would be worse. Like, if I got the lashes on, you're like, yeah, bro. If I put lashes on, and I did my makeup, and like I really dolled up, yeah, it would be real competition. Like, I try not to get in that, because it would make somebody mad, and that's what's sad. I be trying to just stay protected and aware, because I don't want to piss somebody off to where now they feel like stalking my house and being weird. It's like, damn, I just came to the bar. I just hit the club one night, and now I got a stalker for life. All because somebody was mad that I was looking attractive. Like, my fault that I can't pop in. You feel me? Like, damn, I'm just popping. Like, but that's dangerous. It's dangerous to be attractive. People don't always know that. And so it's nice to be attractive with money, because you can protect yourself more. But if you're attractive and you're broke, it's hard to stay alive. You're like, yeah, you need more protection, more spiritual guidance, more messages, because like, your beauty will get you in, or your brains if you're smart, or your talent, your gifts if you gifted. But it's like, something will get you in. You just gotta live long enough to get in there. You like, yeah, you gotta stay alive and live long enough to get in or access whatever the ancestor, the spirit has for you. But it's not an easy call. And so that's what I've been working on. I just been trying to keep myself afloat, because I don't want to be a target all because I'm pretty. That shit's real. You're like, yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, being a target all because you're attractive is crazy, and like, people will get mad about that, and it's just like, I can't control how I was made or who made me. Like, I was made this way, so I just try to downplay my looks, and even that's enough to still like cause alarm or attention. You're like, yeah, but I be trying. And so that's how it works. It's like, if I'm not protected through any sort of security or financial protection, like, I'm not finna get cute every day. That shit will get you killed or set up or raped or abused, or you're like, yeah, yes. That is real. You need to you need to know that. You're like, yeah, all because you're cute. You need to know that. That shit'll get you robbed, abused, set up, tricked, lied to, deceived, all because you're cute. And so I know that. And it's like, I'm not naive when it comes down to those things. But yeah, that's everything. I'm about to go, y'all. I gotta go. I hope you have a good day. Good night, because I know that the day's over. Hope you have a good night. Until next time. Fuck you, Aries. Bye.